All right, welcome back to another episode of the Otter Players Podcast, where this week we'll talk about the winners for the Golden Joystic Awards, the TGA nominee discussion, Xbox Partner Showcase, F1 2025 getting an update instead of a new game for 2026, and Steam machine pricing, and much more. But before we get into all that, we'll see what everybody's been playing and see how everybody's doing. Weep, how are you, sir, and what have you been playing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza still, which is a surprisingly long game, perhaps longer than it needs to be. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm almost done. Well, I mean, I'm gonna spoil it. It at least has a satisfying twist at the end, where I can forget about pretty much the rest of the game, but that's fine. Um, but yeah. It is surprisingly addictive because you're constantly chasing bananas, and every time you got one, like, oh yeah, now I'm just gonna find the next one, and yeah, and all the collectibles and getting all the costumes, which it takes them quite some time. But yeah, I maybe be able to finish it before the podcast ends because it does seem like I'm really hitting the end game right now.
Can I ask
Um,
you a question real quick about it?
sure.
Would you rather find the banana or hide the banana?
Ja,
uh,
zit me chaos here. It's a
the
very sexual
well,
joke.
well, well, technically, you could hide the banana because you can pick shit up and throw it at everything, and it sticks to everything. So yes, in theory, you could hide the banana. Um, But yeah, I suppose I find more satisfying to beat the banana because you have to beat it to collect it. So yeah, I would go for that one,
Make
Kay.
a nice cream pie.
Uh, that too, yeah. All right, yeah. That's the only thing I've been playing.
All right, cool. Morgan, how are you, ma'am, and what have you been playing?
Yeah, I'm good. So or I guess you should say me and Nate, we finished in Platinum Power Wash Simulator 2. Really great game
Congratulations.
as always. Yeah, thank you. Guilty pleasure game. Absolutely loved it. No complaints. Even better than the first one with all the upgrades and the quality of life improvements that they made that, people asked for, the better attachments, the better use of soap and things like that. Like everything worked out really well. And the fact that you can now get like cross progression, what am I trying to say, like people who join in on your party, when you play multiplayer, can now get trophies at the same time, because in the first game, if someone else hosted the game, you could help them get their trophies, but you wouldn't be able to get trophies. But that was a big complaint with the first game, so they fixed that, so we were able to both get trophies at the same time, so that was good. But yeah, enjoyed it, loved every second of it. Also beat Dispatch finally. Um, I
Nice.
think I was putting off that last episode because I didn't want it to end. That's usually how I get when I know I'm near the end of a game. I start like making up excuses as to not finish it because I'm sad that it's about to end. But it ended, um, and it was a great ending. The writing held up the entire time. Of all the episodes. I definitely chose the darker of the endings, but I don't care because oh boy came after my dog, so I had to do it. Okay. But as
I
far
like it
as
dark too.
yeah, you should.
I
But as
do.
far as Dispatch goes, yeah, it's definitely one of my top games this year. Definitely one of the surprise as far as like high quality storytelling and writing goes. Like characters amazing, story arc great. Ad hoc, they really did a fantastic job, and they did what people wanted from the Telltale Studio for a long time, which was an evolution of their writing. Because one of the main reasons Telltale fell off is because the writing just became so samey. It was like the same formula every single time, and people just kind of got tired of
Literally
it.
every time.
Yeah, like it was fantastic with The Walking Dead and amazing with The Wolf Among Us, but then they just kept using that same
Yeah.
formula with all their IPs, and people were just like, I mean, I've seen this story so many times. You could only do the same trick, so many times. But, here's this talented team who, was also working on or helping Telltale work on The Wolf Among Us 2, but because the production is taking so long for that game and they had to wait for Telltale to, give them the green light because they weren't, the heads of the studio or anything like that. They had to leave and, work on their own game because they couldn't just sit and twiddle their thumbs. So they gave us this greatness which was supposed to originally be a TV show. I mean, I think it would have been a great TV show, but I'm so glad that they decided to make this into a game instead. It was a hit, and congratulations to the studio for like selling 2 million now, and they're almost reaching their what was it, their 1 year or their 1 year goal in like a month or 2 months or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think it was actually their 3-year goal.
Oh, 3-year goal. Yeah, that's
which was
fantastic.
crazy.
Within a 3-year basically reaching a 3-year goal in a month or two is especially for a small studio like this is absolutely insane. So, and it's deserved. Like they deserve 100% of the recognition that they're getting and 100% of the success because it's an amazing game. And I'm definitely gonna be doing some multiple playthroughs in order to get the plat for this, and hopefully after they finish the next game they're working on, which is supposed to be a Dungeons and Dragon game or something. Hopefully they'll come back and give us a season 2. And Aaron Paul said he's definitely willing to come back and do the voice role for it. So it seems like the cast is excited to work on another season. We just need like the studio to greenlight it, which I don't see why they wouldn't, based off of the success of this game. But it all depends. But I'm so happy that they did this and they showed that this style of gaming is of games is still warranted and still wanted by fans. It's just, again, you just have to deliver it correctly, and they did that. So
To be
amazing
fair,
game.
if you've seen the Mighty Nine, which is also a Critical Role, yeah, I'm actually fully on board with the Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh, that's the show that they're
Well,
doing.
we don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We don't know
Oh,
that
okay.
that's the game.
No,
they're
I'm
doing.
not saying they're
No,
doing it.
no.
Yeah.
But after seeing it, yeah, I mean, I'm totally in, because if it's
Yeah,
going to be
quality of it.
that,
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes of it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I just stopped
Yeah.
because I realized it wasn't all out, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Oh.
Yeah, so I watched about 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm not about to start this, have 3 episodes, and then have to wait. I was like, I'm not doing this nonsense. So I'm gonna wait until basically if it finishes like 3 days
The
before
season,
Christmas, and I was like, I'll just do that.
Just binge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dispatch 10 out of 10. Fantastic game. If you haven't played it, please play it. I've also played the Octopath Traveler 0 demo. I was gonna hold off on that because obviously it was gonna be a day one for me. Because anybody that knows me knows that Octopath Traveler 2 was my game of the year for 2023. So I already knew it was gonna be day one, but I just can't resist. You put something tantalizing in front of me. I just can't. Right. So I tried the demo. It's like a 3-hour demo, and of course, all your progression will transfer over to the main game. So that's a good thing. It was really good. I really enjoyed the intro. I never played the mobile game that this is based off of, but from what I understand, I watched a couple of videos. The kind of prologue area that we start in is not in the mobile version, so they kind of added that for this console version or whatever of the game, which is cool. Again, the writing is fantastic. Like, it started off, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, here we go. Like, it's always the drama in Octopath that I really love. It always gets me started right from the jump. But yeah, the voice acting was great. I listened to both the Japanese and the English, and they were both really good, but I'm probably gonna stick to the Japanese. But yeah, and this time around you get to create your own character. You get to choose your own job class, things like that. And yeah, it's really cool. No complaints about it. Like I said, it was only 3 hours, so I didn't really get too far, but I essentially got the prologue of the game. And I don't know if I like the job that I picked because I didn't really get to experience it, because like right when I picked my job class, that's kind of right when the demo ended, so I didn't really get to see what my job class could do. Not that it would be any kind of different than Octopath 2. It's the same kind of jobs, right? But I didn't get to try it out on the demo, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I chose the gosh, what do you call it? This isn't the right word for it. The Scholar. That's what I chose, the Scholar, because I think I wanted a character that could do some magic, and apparently there's not a lot of magic characters that you meet as far as you can put in your party in this game. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just handle the magic for the game. But we'll see if I end up changing, or if it's like Octopath 2 where I can have multiple jobs. But as far as the writing, the art style, the music, everything is on par. Everything's on point. It's a beautiful game. Amazing writing so far. Only 3 hours in, obviously things could change, but I mean the quality and the characters and the multiple enemies that I've run into thus far have me locked in. Like I'm already on my path of vengeance from what happened in the prologue. So I can't wait. It's only like a couple weeks away, so I'm excited. But the game I'm kind of focused on right now is Demon School. And I'm like obsessed with this game right now. Fantastic. It's a tactics based RPG. It is like it's got that PS1 kind of style with like 3D on 2D kind of thing going on.
Oh, okay.
You're basically like a girl who is is going to college essentially, because she believes that at this college there's going to be an apocalyptic event where demons come out and they're going to take over the world, and her family has a history of like being like the greatest demon hunters, and she's like the last in the line. So she's excited. She's up to school. She's like this eccentric, in your face but lovable kind of character, kind of like Luffy off of One Piece, just doing the most but everybody likes them, like just a little bit too
Yeah.
much. But like she's like trying to recruit it's the first day of school and she's running people like, yeah man, demon apocalypse is coming. They're just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like she's just like, no, we need to prepare. Okay, it's happening. And they're just like, sure it is. Like nobody believes anything she's saying. But like you start off right away in like a tactics battle, and I really like the way this tactics the gameplay for this game is. Again, this is only my second tactical RPG. So I'm pretty new to this specific type, but
Wait, is it turn-based?
yeah, it's a tactical
Okay.
turn-based RPG. Yeah. So essentially, the way you play, it's a lot like chess. So there are two phases to the gameplay. There's the planning phase, and then there's the action phase. So in the planning phase, it's kind of self-explanatory. You kind of you plan out the move. So your character can only move in a certain way, right? It's not like other tactical RPGs where you can just kind of move them any direction that you want. There's a set path for characters. But basically you can the way you move your character, you have a set amount of AP points, and the AP points are basically your limit of how you can move. So like for each turn you have 8 AP points. The first move costs 1 AP point, the second move costs 2 AP points, and so on and so on. And that's for each character. So like the first move for one character is 1 point, the first move for the other character is 1 point. So it's like you have to move and plan based on how many AP points you have. So if you have 8, that means you can only move a certain amount of movements before you have to go to the action phase, and then it's the enemy's turn. So it's a lot of
it's your little
planning.
actual action
Yeah,
point.
exactly. So it's like a lot of planning that goes into it. Like only a couple of the characters that you have in your party are actually the aggressors. Like the other ones are like, they boost your defense, or they give you health, or they give you they boost your attack, but they can't actually attack the enemies on the board, right? So you have to use them wisely as well. But I usually don't like having too many support characters on the board, but the way the gameplay is set up, it makes the support characters even more vital in this game. And the way to win is there are continuous waves of demons that come at you, and there's infinite. Like there's no stop to the waves. The only way to win is every gameplay match has a certain set that you have to kill. So it'll say like you have to kill 8 demons to win this battle, right? And so you kill the 8,
Yeah.
but after you kill the 8, you have to get to the other side of the board in order to win. So even if you kill the 8, but if you die in the process, you still don't win. You have to get to the other side of the board. But if the demon gets to the other side of the board, they win, right? So you're doing offense and doing defense and stopping them at the same time. And the great thing also about this game is there's like literally no grinding, because you don't get skill points for doing battles, right? It's just you earn opals, which is I guess the currency in this game, and you buy new moves, but that's it. Like there's no
Okay.
like you don't gain strength, you don't gain defense. It's literally just based on your skill and how basically how good of a tactician you are, right? You have a certain set of move points that you can do, and you have to be able to utilize and strategize correctly. And if you can't, that's how then you'll suck at this game. But if you can, you'll be really good, and it's like really satisfying when you knock all the demons out at one time. Like after, because basically in the plan phase, you can plan your moves out, and you can be like you can move a character one way, you can move another character, and then if you don't like what you just did, you can reverse it all. Nothing is concrete until you go into the action phase. So in the plan phase, you can plan for like 20 to 30 minutes if you want to. Be like, all right, I'm gonna hit this character. Okay, then I'm gonna do this move. Then I'm gonna do that move, and it'll show you what you're doing. It'll show you that you're killing this enemy, or you're moving this enemy, or you're doing that, and you can do all that in the plan phase until you get the plan that you like. And then after you've moved all the pieces and you've done all your AP points and you like what you've done, then you can like hold, I think it's X, and then go to the action phase, and then that's when it does all the moves that you preset. But yeah, it's it's a really good game. It's really different than really anything I played, but it's so satisfying because the combat is just so good, because it's all about, again, it's about the strategy that you put into it and the way that you utilize your characters. You have to use them correctly. And then when you knock all the demons out in like one fell swoop, it's so satisfying in the game. But yeah, so far I've played about 4 hours into the game, but I am absolutely loving it. Funny enough, and Nate told me about the game like the day before it came out. I didn't even know about it. And he didn't even realize it was coming out the day before, and I just happened to look it up. I was like, oh shit, it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh no, I mean,
Yeah.
I knew, but I just was.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was showing it to you because I knew, because I looked at the preview from the
Yeah.
content creator that was promoting it.
Yeah, they called it a mix of Persona and some other game. But I would agree on the early Persona part. Like it's just so good. I'm enjoying it. And the characters and the writing are really good. Like I like I said, I like the main girl. She's eccentric. She really likes to fight. She's always looking to fight some demons. Like, oh man, I think there's some demons over there. Let's go. And all her friends are like, bro, you gotta chill. I'm not trying to fight. I'm just trying to go to class. And she's like, nah, we gotta fight some demons, man. They want this. Like, yo, you gotta chill. Why you always on 10? But yeah, it's really good so far. I'm enjoying it. And it's like on sale. It's like right now, I think it's like $22 on PlayStation. So it's not even a lot. But yeah, Demon School.
Agreed. Kay, I know you showed up. I don't think you had a chance to really play anything lately, but anyway, even if you haven't, how have you been?
Did I tell you I played Heavenly Bodies?
I don't think so.
It's like that, the little astronaut like physics game where they give you missions.
Yeah, I love that game,
yeah.
bro. It's so good. Me and my sister played that shit. That was so fun.
Yes, my brother and Audrey and I, we played that together. And we got the plat, and we're actually really close to beating the DLC.
Dude,
Nice.
It's so fun, right?
Oh my!
We had so many
wow.
arguments. We're like, oh my god, go left, bro, turn around.
So
it is so fun.
At first, it was just my brother and I playing it, and we were playing it on like the hardest difficulty, where it's like
oh shit,
as real as physics
Hell
as it
no.
can be, and like but we had fun doing it because like we were just like, I can't move anymore. Come to me, pull
My
my
sister was
sleeve.
cussing me out playing this.
It's yeah, and then Audrey was like, I want to try, and then she goes into easy mode and then starts grabbing us and throwing us out into space,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
we're
Yeah.
about
like,
right.
and then she would just laugh and laugh and like she would go around sabotaging our mission.
Yo, now her playing Among Us while y'all trying to be serious.
Yes, exactly. And like at one point, we're like, you know what? Well, we need to take a break. And then she went away. I'm like, okay, hurry up so we can finish this real quick. But yeah, that was so much fun. Like we got the platinum for it, and I think we're like maybe 3 missions away from doing the DLC, and we're also getting all the trophies for the DLC too. It was so much fun.
Nice.
Um,
That is a really good game.
And then I plan on, so as you know, in my household, we're huge Goat Simulator 3 fans. And they just came out with like the new DLC expansion called Badlands Fury Road. And
Love it.
so that's so when I go home next, I was like, all right, we're gonna make some pizza rolls, we're gonna make some chocolate chip cookies, and we're gonna play Badlands.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Hell yeah.
That is.
Oh,
what's
and
up.
I'm excited for Resident Evil coming out in February
yeah.
next year.
Okay, cool. Omar, how are you, sir, and what have you been playing?
Yeah, I'm fine for a long week. What I am playing, so thanks to my brother, my little brother, I started Dying Light 1, and for a game that came out literally 2015, I meant 2015, so 10 years, a decade, holy shit. It held up well. It held up very well, actually. The more I'm playing it, the more I'm coming to the realization that I love sandbox games. I get lost in them all the time and do fun stuff. With this one, night and day cycle are different. In night, enemies are way more difficult and way more aggressive. And not gonna lie, my hesitation was because of the weapon durability have always been an issue for me. But luckily with this game, your world um, renew its items that you collect in the open map. And if that was not the case, I don't think this game would have been beatable. Because enemies are unlimited and your durability can get bad real quick in a few hits. But besides that, yeah, no, I played a little bit of a mobile game, and not gonna lie, I truly wish this game was on console because it has such a good premise and the gameplay is insane. Basically turn-based, but with cars. Basically like that Echo Generation game that was showcased on the Xbox Partner Program, something like that, but way darker with time manipulation and whatsoever. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Cool. Um, as for myself, uh, like Morgan had said, platinum for Power Wash Simulator 2 and finishing Dispatch. Um, I've also been finishing my playthrough of Chained Echoes, which has taken me so long because honestly, anybody who's played this game will understand the map is extraordinarily confusing. Um, and they do a lot of that stuff where they're like, hey, here's a quest or something for you to do, and then don't tell you where it is. And they're just like, oh yeah, you can run into this or you can do that. It's really kind of up to the player. So yeah, so now I'm more like in the end game, but Yeah, it is definitely a chore to navigate this map, man. It is, again, I like the game. I like the writing. I'm not sure I'm as enamored with the game as some people were. Like people were, you know, like, oh my god, this like Xenogears and all this other stuff. And Xenogears is my favorite game of all time. So that's I knew that praise was a little too high. Um, the game is good. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the map at all. And anybody who has ever heard me play some of the certain games will know I can't stand a bad map. Like it drives me up a wall because for me that's like an unnecessary thing that I shouldn't have to battle against. Like the map in Control also drove me crazy with
Yeah,
the multiple
the
levels.
control map is excellent. But with this one, is it not easy to just look it up on YouTube where you need to be?
I
No,
mean,
I was gonna say I'm actually shocked because you always look up everything. You cheat, look it up, look up the guide. You're like, yo, I'm going that way.
yeah, no.
Get 'em.
Morgan knows. Morgan knows.
So no, it is it's not that type of game. You can't just look stuff up unless you're following someone. I'm not following someone through this game because honestly, the map shouldn't be that bad that I need to do that. Especially when I'm just playing straight through. I'm not going for the platinum or anything. So I shouldn't need to look it up if I'm just trying to play the game straight. Which is kind of my problem. Because like I said, I'm just not a fan of that. Like I said, a bad map can really make me not want to complete a game. So it's been a struggle to kind of go back to that game and want to finish it. Um, and then I'm also still playing through the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection Volume 1. It is a ton of games, so I'll be playing that till, the Rapture comes back because it's like 15 games. So, yeah, that's going to take
15
forever.
games in Volume 1 alone? Damn.
No, I have Volume 1 and 2. It's
Oh,
it's a
okay,
pack.
so combined.
Yeah. And then I also picked up Fantasian Neo Dimension. It went on sale for $24.99, so I finally pulled the trigger on that. I definitely didn't want to get it at full price after playing the demo, but I felt like it was good enough with the cross buy to pick it up at that price, so I went on ahead and picked that up as well as the Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, because that is my favorite Final Fantasy. And then I'm also playing Demon Schools as well, like I said, which came out really, really recently. I'm still getting used to the combat. Like Morgan was saying, the tactical aspect of it is a bit different than your standard tactical game. But it is interesting. So, a lot of games to play. I still got to get to Final Fantasy Tactics. And then they had another indie RPG come out that has people going crazy, which was Kingdoms of the Dump, which is like you literally play like a trash can with a sword. Like it's insane. But like everybody I know that is really about RPGs and whatnot are going crazy, and everybody's playing it. At least if they have access to it, because being an indie title, it looks like the only thing they released on, at least right now, is Steam.
He's showing off right now. It's cool.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. No, keep going.
So yeah, like hopefully they'll be able to release it in some other places after their sales or whatnot. Because it just seems like a lot of people are really loving the game. So I've seen a few people I know that have Steam decks and stuff that were playing it. A couple of the people I know that are just real big JRPG fans as well, that were just really going crazy over it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There's like a ton of games, like I said, all before Octopath Traveler 0 hits, which is funny because I guess it happens to be on the screen right now. But yeah, a lot of games at the end of the year, right before we get into the major TGAs and get these big world premiere trailers and see what really happens, which is the perfect segue. So we can go into talking about the TGAs and these nominees for some of the categories, at least, that they had up there, because obviously some of these categories are completely irrelevant. No one cares about Influencer of the Year, Esports Gamer of the Year, and all that other nonsense. But yeah, I guess the main thing, as far as what was happening, I guess we'll talk about it in general over the general overview of kind of what happened. Everybody's seen it by now, you know. Something someone played probably got snubbed in some category. Like I said, there's been a lot of discussion about certain games I've seen that have been kind of questionable, that some people I've seen are kind of like, oh, that deserve like to be in the soundtrack nominee. And I'm like, I've heard no one talk about that soundtrack all year. So I thought that was kind of weird. Some people, but everybody feels some type of way about something getting missed. But one of the weird things that Morgan actually pointed out is that they actually shortlisted a bunch of the categories, because each of the categories is supposed to have at least 6 nominations. So this was really weird in a year that was packed to do that. So specifically the major one being RPG of the year, only having 5 nominations, when this year has been jam-packed with some of the best RPGs in years. And they shortlisted it and then included RPGs that honestly didn't even deserve to be in there, like Avowed, to be specific. And honestly, I don't even think Monster Hunter deserved to be in there. And I beat Monster Hunter. And most of the people I know that even like Monster Hunter mentioned that this recent Monster Hunter wasn't even that good for them. So again, like 2 games that honestly probably shouldn't even been in there. And then they didn't even list all the other ones that were highly rated throughout the year. So again, a lot of weird picks. But instead of going through all of them, we'll just highlight the ones that people liked or really wanted to go through. And then we'll see what everybody kind of thought of the particular categories. But yeah, I'll start with Morgan. Was there any particular category that stood out for you that you thought maybe there was a miss, or I guess something got snubbed, quote unquote, that you thought should have been there or didn't show up? Or how are you feeling about the nominees in general overall this year?
Yeah, I don't really take this show that seriously, but I was happy to see Kingdom Come Deliverance nominated. Was worried that it wouldn't. But I'm so happy that it's getting recognition, because now at least I see a lot of people are picking it up and playing it because it got nominated, which I'm happy to see. It's getting the love it absolutely deserves.
So perks of the nomination are showing up already.
Yeah. As far as snubs, probably I would have put like South of Midnight in like the music category, or
Okay.
art style. If I was, to put it into something, because it like, it definitely had its flaws, but I thought the music was very well done. Other than that, like I'm pretty satisfied with how the nominations played out. Like, I don't really have any critiques. It'll be interesting to watch, though. I'm more excited to, because I think we all pretty much know who's gonna win. So I don't really care. It's not like a nail biter. Like, ooh, somebody, I don't know, guys. They might take the cake. Like, I mean, we pretty much know Expedition's gonna get it. I'm just excited to see what announcements, and gameplay trailers we're gonna see at the award show.
Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty much in line with you on that too. That's like the main reason I feel like most of us are looking forward to it now. And I'm not hating Sunny. I played Avowed, sir, and I just don't think it deserves to be there. I'm gonna call it straight, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think a lot of these, no offense to Xbox, but I feel like a lot of those games got nominations just because they didn't have anything else to put there, or they didn't know any other game to put there. Like Avowed for best RPG, like
yeah, I'll
like
give
nobody's.
I'll give them the Outer Worlds too, because I've heard people say that they
that's what I'm
that.
saying. I mean, I was just talking about Avowed. Like, nobody's talking about Avowed now. Like, Avowed was a paper in the wind that even the people who like it are like, we're confused as to why it was in the category. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I know Sonny's a big WRPG fan, so he wouldn't care if the whole category was nothing but WRPGs. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I agree. Those are probably the two biggest ones for me as well. Weeb, were there any categories that stood out to you for something you feel like got snubbed? Uh, I know one in particular that Morgan didn't say that she would definitely agree with, but she just forgot it. But I'll say it here in a minute. But you'll probably say it. But go ahead, Weeb.
Well, if you mean Ghost of Yote being snubbed for Game of the Year, yeah. Because I mean, I've nearly finished with Duncan Bonanza. I mean, it's a fun game, but no way it is better than Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
That should have been on there.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're not gonna take out Nintendo. Like they got Nintendo got to get their honorary nominee. You know that.
Yeah, look, this kind of thing is like every time Nintendo does something different with an existing IP, they're getting praised all over. And I'm like, sure, but is it, doing it well? Is it doing something amazing that we've never seen before? I mean, it's sort of like, okay, combining Donkey Kong 64 with some of the elements of Breath of the Wild, where you have more physics-based gameplay. But essentially, core of the game is, you can't just smash everything, which is fun to a certain degree. It does get boring at certain points, and the game has so many flaws. The camera is awful. You get stuck a lot. That you have no idea where you're going because up is down and left is right. And again, it doesn't detract from the fact that this is a fun experience. But like, does it need to be in Game of the Year? Absolutely not. I mean, I would put Ninja Gaiden 4 on there sooner than Duncan Bonanza because I absolutely think it's a fantastic game. I mean, it's probably the best Ninja Gaiden has ever been. I mean, as immaculate gameplay and actually has a story with characters that I care about compared to any of the previous games where that I absolutely never cared about any of the Ninja Gaiden characters. I mean, literally in this game, you're not even playing as Ryu Hayabusa, and he is in there, and you can sort of see, I mean, oh yeah, he was really this sort of boring, or at least a character that doesn't really have like a lot of personality, as in he's just all business and no fun. And I'm not saying this new character is, but he has more personality, purely based on what he has to prove, his attachment to a character we just met. Um, so yeah, I mean there's so many games that I could put, and of course Dispatch. I mean that's maybe the one that you want to mention, Nate, but I mean Dispatch would definitely be on there before Donkey Kong, or I also would say Silk Song, but I mean people will probably kill me for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it would have made it if it had come out like a month earlier. It just the last episode just came out just right as people were voting. So
yeah, I know. It's and I mean like and Hades 2. Again, I enjoyed it, but it's also like, if you want to argue like Ghost of Yote shouldn't be on there because it's a sequel, though I guess then Death Stranding 2 shouldn't be on there as well. But like Hades 2 is great, but in the end, it's also Hades,
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year, obviously, because we all know it's gonna be Expedition, but still,
listen, sequels are only copying the predecessor when it's PlayStation games. Sequels are different when they're non-PlayStation games. That they don't count.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't forget to mention Ghost. It was just I just didn't really care. Like, I love Ghost, but hey, I got my new Game Plus, so I'm happy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually heard a few people, I've started a few people be brave enough to say the games they didn't think were on deserve to be on there, and one of the people I definitely respect their opinion. They're actually one of the more articulate intellectual individuals on Twitter, and she said after some coaxing, because she was like, "Nah, if I say what I don't think deserve to be up there, people are gonna have a fit." And she was like, she didn't think Hollow Knight, Silk Song, or Donkey Kong deserve to be up there. And I was like, oh yeah, I see why you didn't want to say that, because Silk Song fans are crazy, so I get it.
We all know why Silk Song was there, but Bonanza is literally the obligated Nintendo game. Like, they had to put a Nintendo game up there, you know that. As for Silk Song, it's Silk Song. Well, the one I'm real surprised about was Hades 2, because that game came and went, and I never had a single thing about, nor did I see a single gameplay of it, unlike Hades 1.
Yeah, but it was the other highest rated game of the year, so I kind of figured it would be, just because of that. So
yeah.
Yote was high, yet it didn't.
Yote was not a 96.
No, Yote was like 86.
86? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Hades 2 was like a 95 or some shit when it came out. So yeah.
I mean, it got a Hades name, so yeah, I'm not surprised.
Also blasphemy that they didn't put Yote for best audio design, which I guess spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Won in the Joystic Awards, because they at least recognize, they actually know what they're talking about.
No,
well, that's why the Joystic Awards is definitely better anyway.
So it's here, it's here, but it'll be interesting to see who wins. So so they did.
Is gonna sweep.
Yeah, they did put it, but yeah, I thought, and I voted for Ghost for best audio design over there. So I thought it was interesting that it won, because a lot of people were trying to act like Ghost didn't have good audio design or something, which I thought was weird. I was like, the audio design was really great.
Basically, what comes to Yote, they don't want it to win a thing. So the fact it won Console of the Year, it's irking them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Sonny, that Split Fiction, I have Split Fiction higher than most of the stuff in the Game of the Year category. So yeah, Split Fiction is definitely up there for me.
True as well. I mean, I would definitely also put that on there before Donkey Kong or Silk Song. But
yeah,
I mean, I've got people who have played games as long or longer than me that played Split Fiction and were blown away and was like, it's been so long since I've played a game where I experienced completely new game designs, like something that has literally never been done before. And that happened multiple times while me and Morgan were playing the game, and Fox was watching us play, and even she was like, "Oh my god, this is insane." So even from somebody's watching perspective, it was insane. So like, yeah, I really feel like some of these games just got the obligatory nomination and definitely don't deserve to be here, because I mean, yes, it's a stacked year.
Yeah,
some of these this is probably the biggest moment where I feel like it was a popularity contest and not
I agree
the
with
best games.
I agree with Josh. He says, I think Split Fiction got hit because of the recency bias. It's like the earlier you release a game, even if it's great, like the bigger of a chance you have of people just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
That's true.
I was surprised that Kingdom Come to got nominated because what you literally just said.
I mean, it's funny you said that, because I was more confident than people who actually liked Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. A lot of people thought it wasn't going to be there, and I kept saying, no, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to make it. But I'm surprised at these other three. So
I do believe there were just too many games to mention, and that's why they put it up to popularity content. Because the fact that Split Fiction, a game that is doing, that did something different, what you guys just said, like that should count for something, right?
I mean, it should count for a lot.
It's just not GOTY material, apparently.
Nope. and
Too many games.
the best performance, like it was kind of predictable that they're the most of the nominees are from Expedition, and yes, certainly deserved. But I wish they would have expanded that, or did the thing what the Joystick Awards did with having a best supporting
And
actor,
best lead.
because you're missing out on so much. Because I seen from the nominees, like what Kingdom Come also had fantastic performances that should have been nominated.
Yes,
I
got snubbed.
yeah and Dispatch, but I do see they heard me, or I guess they heard somebody last time that they never nominate any Japanese voice actors. They now have one.
Mhm.
Like, that does kind of feel like a token nomination. Like there will be so many they could have nominated there, and they're gonna go for somebody from a popular game. Like, I don't know. I mean, again,
We
like
gotta remember
yeah.
that a lot of these people, a lot of the voting panel are these so-called gaming journalists who don't really play anything. So I wouldn't expect them to know any any Japanese voice actors anyway. That they barely
Yeah,
made
I'm pretty sure
nominated
they
any
Well,
don't
and
anyway.
JRPGs.
and historically, the gaming media has
The,
been known to be quite racist.
the,
I mean,
Yeah.
the
it's
fact,
literally fact. I'm not even joking. Like, that's a thing. Yeah, you can look it up. I mean,
Hmm.
they were incredibly racist in the past. I mean, that's what the Final Fantasy director was alluding to. That why I didn't like the term JRPGs, because they were very dismissive in the past of
Yeah.
any Japanese games, uh, purely because they were Japanese.
the the fact that Trails didn't get what you call it, not even GOTY contender, not even RPG nomination. Like, that shit blew my mind.
Yeah, and there was space for it because there was only 5 nominees.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That bullshit. They put a vote.
The
That's what I'm
five
saying.
the
That Val didn't
five
need to be there.
the 5 nominee thing is so weird. Like I don't
It
I don't I
vowed.
don't
It vowed.
understand
Tell
They
you,
that.
gave
I'm telling you, the
what?
panel doesn't
How
play. I'm
many?
telling you, the voting panel. This is why I don't take the game of the year seriously. The voting panel, these dudes are the same dudes that will try to tell
They,
you that they don't have to finish a game to know whether it's good or not. Like they'll
yeah, that one. Oh, you watch it
the,
on YouTube type of
these are the
crowd.
people that are in charge of the voting in the game of the year. So
The
that's why I'm
crazy,
like, y'all don't take what they say serious.
the
I
crazy
would
part is when you look at the vault. I haven't played the vault, but a Nate did, and I'm pretty sure,
I
and he played the demo
I
for Trails. Would
I've
you
I've
put the
I
vault?
I've played a bit of Avowed. Wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Sonny's in the chat, and Sonny completed Avowed and liked it, and he still said he agrees that he doesn't know why it's even nominated. So,
That's what I'm saying. I saw a lot of people who liked it out saying, yeah, I like the game, but it definitely shouldn't have been nominated. Like it was just okay.
yeah, like I'm like, how did y'all mess up this category that's so easy to vote in this year? And it's
But
like,
that's the thing. That's the
Look,
thing. And it like it shows it by the fact that there's only 5 nominees. Like they were just writing in stuff. Like they didn't know what to put in the category. That's why Avowed is there, and that's why there's not a 6, because they were just like, shit. What are all the RPGs here? I don't know. Just write them in there. Like they didn't
this
even
is
care to
just,
figure out what was high
heck,
quality. They just said
yeah,
just
this is just
put the
so
RPGs, you
sad.
from
know.
the look of it, Digimon Time
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Stranger
what the hell's Digimon?
had a better, more impact than Avowed.
I mean, Digimon was
Like, this
huge.
is
That's what I'm
so
saying. Where the hell is
fucking
Digimon at?
weird. Again, congratulations
Well,
to the nominees.
Avowed is there. Avowed is
Mm.
there because it's the exact same thing that happened when Phil Spencer met with the CMA. He took them out to dinner and wore a white T-shirt and ordered a glass of water.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
put water on his T-shirt, and he's like, "You like what you see?"
Oh.
It's like you can see some more, but wink, wink.
Yo,
So you
And then
gotta
dead.
slips them a copy of Avowed.
make it
Yo.
happen, Phil. Make it happen.
I can't. Yeah, it's crazy though. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, like
but don't worry, Morgan. They've now invited Apple to be in the jury because they know much about the
Did
game.
they really announce that?
I remember.
Yep,
I do
yep.
remember seeing a
Oh
post
my
about
God.
that. Apple being a part of the panel now, and I
Lord
think
have
it's just because
mercy.
Apple's trying to get its foothold into gaming, which is honestly Xbox's fault for exiting the essentially the console market now. So now other predatory companies are like seeing how much money gaming is making. It's like the largest entertainment sector in the world right now, and everybody wants a piece. And Apple's like, yeah, let me get on the panel that's in charge of voting for the best games. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like,
Yeah, I think it's gonna
that
be real
there's nothing.
obvious
There's
when an Apple
nothing,
Arcade game shows up next year.
yeah. We'll definitely see a lot of those ads for Apple Arcade. I guarantee you at the Game of the Year Awards. Those stupid ass mobile games that people roll their eyes at when he tells us we're going to a commercial break. We're gonna see a lot of those.
Yeah.
For the Game of the Year Awards. It's gonna be annoying.
That's the weird thing though, Sonny. Like you were saying, last year had plenty of JRPGs, and this year they acted like they didn't even exist. Like it was like, did they just cut everybody from last year?
These dudes didn't play them. They didn't play them. They don't know about any of these JRPGs. They didn't play any of them.
Yeah, they were like, those exist? Wait, no. Best RPG, Western devs only. Thank you.
The month was literally between Trails and Digimon, and none of them was there.
Yeah, I'm surprised the way that they voted this year. I'm surprised that Final Fantasy Tactics even got nominated on here one time.
And but Final Fantasy's the default Western JRPG. It's the mascot, so you gotta put Final Fantasy in there.
But it's still Tactics because it have a name outside of the Final Fantasy lineage. Tactics is synonymously known to being one of the best FFs ever, so I'm not surprised by that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic, but yeah, I definitely didn't vote for it here because I felt like the Alters deserved it more. Final Fantasy Tactics is, while a great remake, it already had its time to shine. People, you either love it or you don't. So yeah, the Alters is much more deserving. Civilization 7 don't even deserve to be here, and I say that as a Civilization fan. Civilization 7 is trash.
Oh man.
Jurassic World.
How dare you?
3. Oh, I absolutely dare. Yep.
I like Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World. I know you like that, and I heard 3 was pretty good. Obviously, I think it's just an obligatory fill here. But like, that's what I'm saying. They managed to fill this category with 6, but then shortlisted the other ones.
Jurassic World should not be on there because they don't accurately portray dinosaurs with feathers.
I'm about to say they don't have the feathers. Yeah, I knew we was gonna say that. I was waiting for you to say it. The feathers. Where are the feathers?
I'm surprised.
Not
Tempest
our
Rising
dinosaurs.
is on here, though. This must have gotten an official release or something.
Where's Power Wash Simulator, bitch?
Yeah, right. Like there's definitely they really well, I don't know, man. There's so many misses in the noms this year. Like, but yeah, best narrative.
Lacking dinosaur feathers. That's dinosaur abuse.
Dinosaur abuse.
Dinosaur abuse.
Don't stand for it.
I need to make one thing clear because people are gonna say, "Oh, look at you guys, you do care about the nominees." No, to me, it's not about the nominees. It's about disrespecting us, the gamers, and more importantly, the people that are making the game. Like, you guys are the judges. Like, if I am a judge of something, especially for the gaming industry, I'm expecting you to be a legit gamer. Not just
Omar, I don't know why you having this whole speech right now and why you expect that. I keep telling you, these are the same people who don't finish games, so they don't care. They don't care. They're not taking this judging process seriously. This is why all these categories only have 5 games in it, because they can't think of anything. They're just writing shit in. They don't care. Which is why we shouldn't care. I keep telling people stop taking it serious because they don't take it serious. This is just a big advertisement show. That's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Jeff's way of getting money I mean, I'm not faulting him for it because it's fun and it's cool and it's nice to see game announcements, but the awards is just something that he does in order to be able to advertise. That's literally what it's about. Like,
Oh yeah,
so just
I mean,
don't take
Literally
this shit
just
serious.
a show.
Yeah,
It's a
it's literally
show.
all marketing.
Yeah.
And even showing games is optional because last year was absolutely trash.
Facts. I do hope he brings the Muppets back because they were funny.
the Muppets
Yeah.
were funny.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they
That
were.
was funny.
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, some of this stuff, like, this really burned me, because I was like, bro, Dispatch could have got on here from episode 1. Like,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
That's crazy to not, like,
I highly doubt a lot of people played Dispatch, not gonna lie.
bro, like, I mean, maybe not them motherfuckers,
I'm
but
talking- I'm
everybody
talking
on my
about them.
timeline
I'm
was playing
talking
it.
about-
But
I'm talking about the judges.
you're talking
not
about
the
during the narrative acceptance speech for Expedition 33, the director specifically shouts out Dispatch for people to play it. Like, I mean, you're talking about the person who won the award, literally shouting out Dispatch for best narrative. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, how good does it need to be for somebody to feel the need to do that? Like I'm
Again,
telling you.
Morgan said it. It's a
Yeah.
popularity contest, sadly.
I mean, it is popular, but again, I get why they didn't. It wasn't done by the time everybody was voting.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the weird thing, because they still
No, but
voted
you
it,
already,
though.
you already had how many episodes?
Yeah, they voted for best debut because it technically was a debut on the first episode.
How many episodes did Dispatch had?
It didn't have all its episodes.
All the
they weren't all
episodes
out.
weren't.
You still.
It was 4.
But
It was
it
4.
Still, it still had enough to the point where you guys already knew this is go-to contender, right or no?
But I thought a game has to be finished.
Well, I agree with that, but at least you can put it up to nomination because you know when the game is gonna be finished, and even when the game is finished, it has.
Yeah, but what if
enough...
it ended and it was trash though? I'm not saying it did. It wasn't, but I'm just saying.
Right.
If the ending is trash, then you don't put it up. You
Omar, that doesn't make sense.
You prepare it to be nominated, right? Like, and the second the game finished, you put it up there.
But it was too late, though, Omar. It finished when the nominees were already out.
No, because I literally explained the beginning of Dispatch was before the closure of.
Yes.
That's
yes.
why. So that's what it should count.
But the game's not done.
I mean, I just don't know how that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they voted it in debut, indie, but nothing
Because
else.
it was technically a debut for the game. The first episode was his debut, so that's technically why they.
What if the ending was trash? It couldn't be in debut. Do you see how it is?
No,
But
because
then-
a debut is its opening, and that was its opening, and the opening was good.
Yeah.
But still, you need to finish it. But hey.
Omar, you're trying to make sense, but you can't. It's okay.
It was weird, but I hope Dispatch wins at least this one because it deserves
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I don't see it not winning this one. Like,
Um.
didn't nobody? I know Blueprints was highly rated, but nobody played that. Nobody
Yeah.
talked about that when it was
Only-
out.
I know like 2 people.
Expedition. I don't
maybe
think
three
Expedition's gonna
people.
get that because it's gonna
Wait.
win Game of the Year. So I doubt it's gonna get the indie.
Yeah, I
I
don't think it's gonna
think
get that.
I think what you call it is gonna win.
Whatchamacallit? Yeah, good game.
Yeah, great.
33 as a
No.
debut.
Nah.
Man, that's rough.
Which one?
That's rough, hero, bro. You need to play Dispatch as soon as possible, bro, before you get spoiled. I'm trying to tell you, I've seen spoilers all over the timeline.
I have no content, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Yeah.
Motherfucker, you were supposed to been playing it. What are you doing? You going back and playing motherfucking the
Me?
first?
I
Yeah,
started
you,
the
Winky
Dying
games.
Light.
Mister. Oh yeah, that's next, Morgan. That's next. I swear it's
Dying
next. And then you
Light.
went right back and fucking played an old ass fucking game, Dying Light 1. Like,
Hey, be my brother.
And
No,
you
no, I
played
blame
a
you.
mobile game.
and you was playing a mobile game, bro. What are you doing?
A mobile game because I was outside. What can I do?
Oh my god, Omar, you need
outside
to,
at house.
motherfucker. You need to be playing Dispatch.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
That don't mean nothing. He not.
Definitely need to get on
he
that.
knows.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell by the energy. He said that he ain't playing it right now.
So Kay, when you get a chance, I'm gonna need you to play Dispatch, man. Matter of fact,
Okay.
I may need to watch you play it because I think your reactions are gonna be funny.
Oh,
Okay.
yo, it's gonna be funny as fuck watching Kay play
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna be like, oh my god, like what is happening right now? Like, because
Yo,
as much as
I
you
mean,
love comedy,
honestly, it's Kay's humor. That game is top down UK.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So you are gonna, yeah. I think I would
She's gonna be
definitely,
tickled.
yeah. If we can get you to stream it,
Yeah.
at least in the party chat,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be real funny. Like you're gonna be like, I
Yeah,
can't believe I
I'm
haven't
interested in
played
the
this
decision.
game.
I already know. I just know she gonna pick the craziest decisions too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can't wait.
Hey, Kate, the best part is pretty horny.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It
I
definitely
mean,
gets
you didn't have
racy.
to sell it anymore, but you know.
Yeah, I think you're gonna really love that game.
Yeah. It's got K written all over it.
But yeah, I agree. This is another thing they definitely need to separate this. Personally, I would hope they would separate. I mean, I would settle for what Joystic did, having a best lead and support. But I would hope. I would honestly prefer they separated even more, like the Oscars and stuff, where it's best supporting actress and actor, and then best lead actor and actress. Like I think it deserves. I think there's so many at this point that it deserves at least.
My boy
the
Tom
4.
McKay ain't on there, bro. That's crazy. Henry of Scalix, man. How you gonna disrespect Henry of Scalix?
Yeah, I mean he was
KCD2, man.
I to tell you the truth, I don't even like KCD2, but his performance is really good. Like everything I've heard, every excerpt I've heard from Henry is like super spot on. Like he killed that role. So yeah, he was nominated in for the Golden Joystick. Expedition
They got
still took
3
them.
motherfuckers from Expedition 33 on here. Like I get Expedition 33 is amazing, but damn, you got the whole cast on here.
Yeah, I'm thinking after what happened at the Golden Joystick, I think it boosted Jennifer English further, and I think that she might actually win it. I voted for Ben Starr on this one.
Yeah.
Not gonna
But-
lie,
Yeah,
I was pissed that Otter was not nominated, and I'm talking the Japanese one, not the bitch ass English one.
You know what I'm pissed about? I'm
I'm
mad
talking
that
about-
Troy
I'm
that
talking
Troy is
about
up here
Fairuz.
for fucking
Fairuz.
Indiana Jones and not fucking Higgs, where he did a much better performance.
I
Fairuz
agree.
went fucking ham with her
Absolutely,
voice
yeah.
acting for Asto. Like she went absolutely ham, and the fact that she is nominated, instead we have this bitch ass from the English version is atrocity by itself.
Omar, that's literally her face they're using.
I'm talking about what you call it.
I know what you're
Erica.
talking about.
but he's explaining
Yeah.
why it would be her over the other person. Like she's the face of the game. But I mean, I get what you're saying. You like the Japanese better.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's fine.
'Cause
Damn,
that
yeah,
shit-
but she put in more work technically though, because she had to do the mocap and everything for it.
Yeah. And it is best performance. So it encompasses, it also says motion and /
That's
or
what I'm saying, and
performance.
that is why Troy Baker should have been up there for Higgs, because his performance for Higgs was far superior than Indiana Jones and his impersonation of Harrison Ford. Like it was good.
I mean,
The voice was great, but that Higgs performance, man, that ending, man, it had me in tears. I was like, man,
Yeah, Higgs' performance gave me some chills.
it was nothing but chills with that shit. I'm just like, bro, that's insane. Whatever.
But yeah, no, I think everybody pretty much agrees as well. Yeah, exactly. See, fresh Troy was awesome as Higgs. Most should be separate for voiceover. I don't think we'll ever get one.
Mans was up there singing, man.
They'll separate it only because certain games don't do motion capture, so I don't think they'll ever separate it. And it'll just be their performance. But the best we could hope for is, like I said, splitting the category between lead and support, and then male and female. Which I think there's just enough games per year that we could get away with that. Even I wouldn't even be mad if they had to do like if they had to do the supporting ones, like the fast version where they just announce who won, like I just think it just needs to be there. Like it just needs to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of the awards in the pre-show anyway that we don't even see.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't think it's going to win this category, but I hope Split Fiction wins Best Family as well. But yeah, Nintendo and
Yeah.
Better win
all up in
something.
here.
But
Yeah.
not that this, sadly.
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
I was gonna say when it was my turn to be asked the question, sometime eventually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Um, I was gonna say that the only thing I could else add was the Split Fiction, like still one of the most innovative gameplay, in the past, in my opinion, like years. Like
agreed.
within this one and the last one, it's just like they mix up the gameplay that you're never bored.
Yep.
No, I agree.
Yep. I think me and Nate, when we were playing, like every new area, we were like, "Yo, there's no way they could top it," and they kept topping, and they were like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like this, it was insane. It was insane. It was so fun. Like I'm just so impressed about how they're able to, surpass their previous game as far as at least gameplay goes. Like I
Yeah.
can't. They already said, after they released Split Fiction, like a month after, they were talking about how they were working on the next one. I'm like, damn, y'all don't ever take a break. But I appreciate it though, because I'll be there day one. But yeah, I can't wait for the next one. Like whatever it is,
I think the only thing that I had been worried about for Split Fiction right before it came out was I already knew the gameplay was going to be like peak, right? I
Right.
knew the gameplay was going to hit, but the one thing that had me kind of worried is the story going to be as impactful
right.
as the first game. And at the very beginning, I was kind of like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna do it. But then by the end, like, they
They
surprised
got a
me,
little dark, man.
and
I was like, oh
I
man.
loved it.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Yeah, it was
and I
good.
loved going between the fantasy and sci-fi and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's really good.
I agree. They definitely at least got this nomination right with Best Game Direction and managed to get Split Fiction in there. So, because I mean, I think that pretty much embodies that category: outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Like the game
That's Split
design
Fiction.
was insane. Like, yeah,
That last level was crazy.
yeah, this was a hard category for me. I ended up voting for Split Fiction. I saw a lot of people did still vote for Expedition, so I think Expedition will probably win it. But honestly, I think Split Fiction 100% deserves that one. But yeah,
Oh yeah, as soon as the credits rolled, I was like, all right, bro, let's get that plat. Started going down the list because it's just that amazing.
It is.
Did you try to get the plat? Did you guys get it?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you think about that game where you had like 5 rounds
hot potato?
and you had just the hot potato and you can't mess up even once?
Yeah.
Yo, me and Nate went back, so we were going at each other's neck for that one. We were like, okay, bro, just catch it. Oh my god, stop! Like we were
I
at,
wish I
at the end of it,
watched
we were
that.
ready to kill each other.
Me and we did it. That was a fun one.
It was crazy.
I think the strategy that ended up working for us is like the key was how and when for the person to know you were going to do it, and you needed to they needed an indicator quickly. So basically, we simplified our communication and was just like now, and then you would throw it, and then the person would already
we would
ready.
say a word and be like, okay, now, back and forth. That's how we kind of did it.
Yeah, that's how me and my brother did it. We'd be like, all right, so we're gonna do like 1, 2, 3. You get to that platform, then throw it, and then like we would even have a word for throw and for catch.
Yes.
So that the other person knew that you caught it.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, I got it. A couple of steps, get to this next platform. All right, I'm throwing it.
Yep,
throw
exactly.
It, catch.
Same. That's literally what we did. Yep.
Yeah, is the only way to do that. It was but it was fun in the end. That was definitely a tough challenge, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that game was just phenomenal. It does suck that it for some people that it has to be played co-op, and like some people definitely haven't had a chance to play because of the co-op aspect. So I have seen some people
Yeah.
like
I mean, but
they
that's,
want to play.
that's why Joseph, put that Discord together. He's like, go in there, find a friend, go play,
Yeah, but yeah, definitely top stuff. Um, but yeah, as far as the other award show, obviously the Golden Joystick Awards actually took place. So we actually have the winners for that
Expedition
specific
swept.
category. Yeah, Expedition went ham and just went absolutely crazy. I'll pull it up real quick here on the screen. It was pretty cool how they showed. They don't have it listed here like that on their website. I don't know why, but one of the cool things they did this year, as well as prior, they always show the percentage of the vote and how close it was. So a lot of these, some of these were close, some of these were just landslides. Like one of the ones that I think like best narrative or something was like 62% for uh for Expedition. So yeah, that stuff.
Jeff ain't brave enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff was crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing online if he starts posting the percentages of the votes.
Right. So we'll go through it quickly. So best audio design was Ghost of Yote, which we spoke about that. Definitely deserved. Then you had best storytelling was Expedition 33. Yeah, that was like a no contest. Like I said, that went crazy. But again, like I stated, some people definitely should have been happy because the big thing I want to point out here, besides the winners, is the nominees. Like they did a much better job with the nominees in a lot of these categories.
They had like 20 nominees. Like I was like, yes, this is what I like to see.
Yeah, like they did not forget about anything. Like even here in the best storytelling, they managed to get in the 100-line Last Defense Academy as well. So yeah, that was actually really big. Best multiplayer ended up being Peak, which I thought was funny because we were talking about what would be best multiplayer. And yeah, so apparently Peak fans showed up like crazy. The story when they won was kind of crazy for that game. He mentioned they went to like South Korea and like flew there to do like a jam session and made the game in like 3 months or something crazy. Like they made the game like extremely fast, and it just came out and turned out to be like this ridiculous hit. So yeah, that team was definitely eternally grateful for all that. Best visual design winner again, Expedition 33. Again, like we said, Expedition sweeped. They went crazy this time. I know a lot of people definitely would have gave that one to Yote. I think when I did the voting for this, I think I did give it to Claire. I really liked Yote as well, and Death Stranding too. But like, yeah, Expedition was like a combination of the two, of the art and the technical, and that's why I kind of felt like I gave it to that. Best indie game ended up going to Blueprints, which again I guess kind of isn't surprising, but there were some definitely hitters in there, particularly Wonder Stop. I've heard nothing but good things about Wonder Stop from people who have played it. Ambiotic Factor was supposed to be big too, so again, that was kind of a stat category. Self-published indie was Hollow Knight, which I kind of figured that was going to happen. Hollow Knight was just way too big not to win that. The Still Playing Award went to Minecraft, so I'm sure Audrey would be excited about that. She'd be like, yeah, that's right. It's my game. And then...
Oh yeah, we watched Minecraft the movie the other night.
Did you? Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, we did.
It's funny because that actually won the best adaptation. So
No, it didn't. Wasn't that Arcane?
Did it? I thought it
I
won
thought it
best
was Arcane.
Oh wait, no, it's going to. Yeah, Arcane won here, but Arcane is not. I don't think Arcane is nominated in the TGAs. So that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because I think Arcane was nominated prior, so I don't think it. Yeah, it was kind of weird how they split the nominees because Arcane is in one but not the other. But yeah, I think Arcane did win here. You're right. Pokemon Go won for mobile. Best remake / remaster. Again, another category missing from the TGAs. Elder Scrolls Oblivion won that. I'm not even surprised. Based on voting, like Oblivion just has way too many fans. So I knew no matter what Trails fans voted for that, they weren't going to get that. And then I'm sure plenty of people also voted for Metal Gear. Studio of the Year, clearly Sandfall Studios. We knew that was going to happen. Best expansion was Lies of P Overture. Okay, so they won. His speech was really good. he was super excited about it.
Kate.
And it should be nominated for a Game of the Year like the Elden Ring DLC was.
Oh,
I knew you'd feel that way.
Just kidding.
No, but yeah, he was super humble about it, man. He was really cool about winning it and like talking about like the support from the fans and how grateful he was, and like it was cool to see his like acceptance speech and like how he kind of felt about it and just his passion for the game and stuff. So that was really dope. So hopefully he gets to make a lot more games. Then we got best audio design. I did that earlier because that was at the top. But yeah, that went to Ghost of Yote. Best soundtrack, obviously, Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33. But people can't be mad because, see, they included South of Midnight in their best soundtrack. So a lot of the misses.
yeah,
that's
all. That's all I wanted. Yeah, just to put it in the nominee. It didn't have to win. I would put Expedition 33 over South of Midnight in terms of music. It just deserved a nomination.
Honorable mention though, Eric's Home managed to make it on best soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I love Eric's Home.
Yeah, that was that's one a lot of people. I haven't heard a lot of noise from people outside of us, but yeah, Eric's Home was, man, that team is super passionate and did an incredible job.
Yeah,
for how small
that's a beautiful last game, man. Like a lot of people don't give it its kudos for being, a top down, really detailed game.
Agreed. And another honorable mention and shout out because at least I know me and Morgan played it. But Sword of the Sea, man, that game.
Oh man,
that game blew me away.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that was insane. Like I was skeptical at first, but man, the way the musicality kind of linked with the scenes and they did an amazing.
I mean, that
job.
team always, they always knock it out the park. Like I keep telling people, Journey was one of my favorite games of all time. So I just knew this was going to be another emotional journey.
Agreed.
No pun intended.
Best lead performer went to Jennifer English for Mael and Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33. Another stat category. And then I know a lot of people were excited because they got to see Hazel was nominated from South of Midnight in that as well, which she did do a really good job. She actually was a presenter later, so that was like a whole thing.
Had an 8 drooling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. She was fine. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like, damn. But yeah, I was like, had to hire her to do some voice acting or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
But yeah, best supporting performer ended up going to Ben Starr for Verso, Expedition 33.
Deserved.
Absolutely deserved. Again, another shout out. They included Troy Baker here as Higgs, which
as they should.
Yeah, as they should. Top performance. You also got Jim High from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was nominated here as well. And then a shout out to the lead. Where the heck is he? I know he was nominated. Henry was.
He's
nominated.
Probably in the. That this is supporting though, right?
There he is. So he was in lead.
Yeah.
Tom McKay as Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance too. So
yeah,
shout out to him too. Top tier performance. Voice acting was just a crazy category this year. Like we had so many good ones.
Yeah.
PC Game of the Year went to Hollow Knight, Silksong. These are always I just call these consolation prizes. Like if you're not going to win Game of the Year, you get one of these awards because Game of the Year doesn't get these.
I mean, I like the fact that they do that, like a console game of the year and a PC game of the year, because PC has its own kind of thing where they really like a game that nobody outside of PC likes.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know?
That happens a lot. So I agree. The split is warranted. Um,
Yeah.
and I 100% get why it would be PC over console, because while
Yeah.
people did play it on console, its biggest moneymaker and its biggest hit is on PC.
Hmm.
Shout out to Alters for making that as well. Um, then of course console game of the year went to Ghost of Yote. So I know,
Deserved.
yeah, I know some people are stewing over that one. Uh, that one for me would have went to Death Stranding 2, because
Hater.
I have Death Stranding 2 higher on my personal list.
It's cool. You're a little hater. It's fine.
But deserved either way. Best early access game went to Repo. Honestly, it doesn't really surprise me. I heard a lot about that game. I haven't played it. Best gaming hardware, no one cares. Best game adaptation,
Jeez.
Arcane Season 2.
I was honestly surprised the Switch 2 didn't win that.
Yeah, that is surprising that the Switch 2 didn't win that. I actually voted for the Switch 2 on that one, so yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arcane Season 2, the easy W over all
Yeah.
the rest of that.
Very true.
Arcane Season 2 was top tier.
Speaking of which, season 3 is like coming out in a couple weeks. Or not
Yeah.
season. No, why am I thinking about? I'm thinking about Fallout. Jesus Christ. Okay,
Yeah,
Fallout's
I was
coming
like,
out.
Fallout's
Is
coming
coming out.
soon.
Season 2 is coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, if Fallout Season 2 is as good as 1, which I'm sure it will be, I'm sure
Yeah, I think it will be.
that'll sweep that next year.
Honestly, they need to hire the writers from the Fallout show and put them in Bethesda because they know how to write a better Fallout, to be honest. But that's another discussion.
They do. They do. Best game trailer went to GTA 6 Trailer 2. And most wanted game went to GTA 6. But
As no surprise.
but a crazy thing is there was only like a 2% difference between GTA 6 and Witcher 4.
As it should be, honestly, because
Yeah.
who is not excited for The Witcher 4?
Yeah, that was big, and I actually got to talk to the PR lead for CD Projekt Red when he saw that I voted for Witcher 4. We ended up following each other and having a conversation, so that was cool. But yeah, and then of course, Ultimate Game of the Year. Like I said, clear and obvious. They included everyone though. Like Morgan was saying, I love the way they did this category. They really included literally almost anything you could think of in here. Obviously, they can't include everything, but they got a lot of the big winners in here. But yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 took home the Ultimate Game of the Year award. 100% deserved for me. But yeah, it was close. I think I'm pretty sure the second closest in this, from what I remember seeing, I think was Kingdom Come. So I think Kingdom Come was the second closest, and then it might have been Death Stranding.
As it should be.
But I
told you that's the order. See, you know.
Yeah.
The people know. Okay,
Well,
I would just like to say this is kind of what happens when you actually have a award show for the gamers, ran by the gamers. You know, you actually get a competitive list and nominees of deserving games, and obviously every game that you like is not going to win in the category, but you're going to see the games that most people enjoyed and played actually in a category that it deserves to be in.
Agreed.
And that's why I think the Golden Joystick Awards as an award show is far superior than than Jeff Keighley's show. And people say that I will like to say, gamers say that this is what they want out of an award show all the time. They always get mad at Jeff Keighley's show and say, oh, gamers need to have a bigger vote, and we needed an award show for the gamers, by the gamers, yada yada yada. But then when it comes time to like participating in the Golden Joysticks, like voting and watching the show, nobody shows up.
Yeah, a lot of
So it's
people.
like,
A lot of
y'all
people
need to
forget it's
shut
even
up.
happening.
Exactly. So I need gamers to shut the hell up and say that this is what they want. That's not what y'all want. Okay, y'all don't care about the actual awards. You just want the trailers and the world premieres. Okay, stop fronting like you care about the awards because you don't.
Yeah, I am hoping that the show cadence, at least for the TGAs this year, is similar to last year as far as like world premieres, because we got a lot of really good ones last year. Because like you said, that's
Yeah,
the
it was
main thing.
a
we're
lot of
tuning into.
a lot of slow shit too. So I need Jeff to learn how to. I get he has to do the advertising for the money, but I need him to figure out how to pace it better. Like, don't just put them all in like the middle, and so I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, wondering when the shit's gonna end. You know.
No, very true. And then, of course, the other thing that happened recently here, we had the Xbox Partner Showcase that took place. Honestly,
Far better than the state of play.
yeah, yeah, it was.
Yep.
It was pretty good. I wasn't mad at it at all. It was short. It was to the point, and they, they got straight into the announcements. Not a lot of fluff. You had Armistice was announced from the guys that, funny enough, people thought their studio shut down. The Godfall studio.
he just disappeared and came back randomly.
Yeah, they were just like, "Hey, surprise!" Then of course you had Mound Omen was announced as well. I know, big one for Morgan here, Dave the Diver playing on the Rogue Ally.
I mean, congrats that this 2-year-old game is finally on Xbox. Hopefully they play it, because I think, isn't it coming to? No, it's not coming to Game Pass. It's not. So never mind. They're not playing this shit. Oh man.
Yeah.
I hope they get to love it, because that's a fantastic game.
Yeah,
I
again,
love that game.
Another one we've heard nothing but good things about. So, yeah, shout out to them for getting that. But yeah, it looks really good. The expansion, the jungle coming out for that. So Morgan gets to play more of one of her favorite games. Coming out with some more DLC, deservedly so. Again, that is another game that is big on both PC and console. So shout out to that team for nailing that. I think I've only barely started it, so but I pulled it up on screen there so you guys could see it. Him playing the little Rogue Ally. I thought that was funny. They did a whole sequence for that. But then they also.
Right. They literally put that Rogue Ally in the trailer. I'm like. For a second, I thought they're gonna be part 2, but nope, it's just part 1. Fuck them for that one, I'm gonna lie.
Pretty much. And then for Omar, they had Crown Sworn, so he was having a fit over that. Metroidvania looking title.
For me.
Yeah, I know you were loving that.
Yeah, I was loving quite a few things.
Yeah, they had a lot that they showed here.
I wrote. Don't worry about it. I wrote them down. I'm waiting.
We know.
Well, we had to make sure. We had to
watch
make
it.
sure that Omar actually watched the show, because if we don't tell him to watch the show, half the time he won't watch it.
He won't.
No, I literally made it because I was asleep. That's just how it happened.
That's not what we said.
Yeah,
That's not what we said.
We're not talking about you watching it live. We're saying you won't watch it before we have the discussion.
No, look, what happened with W007 is not gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I said that.
Well, go ahead, sir. What did you like that was shown?
Okay, so we start up strong. I'm not gonna lie. I am surprised this studio even exists, because of their previous game was such a disaster. And I'm talking about none other from the studio behind Godfall. They are making a roguelike game, which, not gonna lie, I saw a comment, I was like, yeah, absolutely. It reminds me quite of Returnal. The game name is Armatos, and yeah, sign me the fuck up with that one. Another one is, Dave the Diver sequel, day one. Crown Sworn, I'm not sure if it's a Metroidvania or roguelike, but either way, I am interested. They got me with Echo Generation too. I had no idea one existed, so I need to play that ASAP. Vampire Crawler, a sequel to Vampire Survivor, with a different gameplay mechanic. Can I have it right now, please? I do love that they made fun of phenomenal graphics and they're like, nope, we're not doing that. We're gonna stay how we are. I love that. Um, Another thing is WW7. I mean, yeah, I'm waiting on that game. Roadside research was so wacky, but it might work, So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. This one was insane. Erosion. It's an open world roguelike set in a cowboy era, which apparently all your decisions count, so you're gonna have a shit ton of ending with that one.
Yeah,
From the
Erosion
gameplay,
was interesting.
beyond interesting for me because of the art style, because what era it's being implemented in, and also it's a roguelike, so maybe 2020 is gonna be a year where I go back to roguelites a lot. And then the big one, and this made me lose my shit. And the second I thought I knew it, this is Fist. From the creator of Fist, we got Zoopunk. Dude, that game looks phenomenal, and apparently there are multiple characters, so I'm curious if it's gonna be an multiplayer type of game or single player type of game. Uh, or a co-op one. Either way, I already love Fist, so this one is gonna be an absolutely no-brainer, beyond no-brainer. And then they hit me with kind of annihilation gameplay boss fight. I wanted to grab the controller, dude. That game looks so good, so good. I can't wait. And then they ended with a whimper, in my opinion. Not gonna lie, they should have kept Zoo Punk to the end. Because they ended with Raji too, which, if you play Raji, it starts off phenomenal, it's great. The ending is so terrible, it's beyond belief. With this one, clearly there's improvement, at least from the enemy type, and I'm curious what it's gonna bring to the table, how the gameplay is going to evolve, how is the climbing is going to evolve, because Raji had a shit ton of climbing and a little bit of combat. Also, I do like that they stuck with the Hindu stuff, so I am also excited to see how their main characters are different from each other. So you can clearly see what we call it, the evolution of format you want to write to with the character design. I am excited, but I am cautiously excited. But if I were to give the what you call it game of the show for me, it's gonna be Armatos, the roguelike returnal lookalike game. Um, because it's a studio behind Dog Godfall, I need to be cautious, but I'm just too excited. And yes, this show was a 9, close to a 10. Zero filler. It went so quick. I I wanted more, but yeah.
I'm surprised
Amazing.
Zoopunk wasn't your favorite game.
Sorry.
So I'm surprised Zoopunk wasn't your favorite game.
Because I'm a huge Returnal lover. Like now, Zupunk is my second one. But I'm a huge Returnal lover and it look a lot like Returnal. So it's just going to be, will it be single player or no? If it's single player, yeah. If it's multiplayer, they can fuck up. I don't need all that gotcha shit. But single player, absolutely. Because this does seem to have a story, the way you upgrade your weapon and stuff like that, and that none look alike. So I'm super excited about that.
Cool.
You heard it here
And look,
first, folks.
sorry.
Omar's excited to get fisted for a second time.
Hey, we're gonna see. I never got
Oh
excited
yeah, he's
for
gonna see.
Godfall. I never got excited for Godfall myself.
Uh-huh.
When
Mm,
it became
yeah.
to me clear, hey, when I found out that it's multiplayer, I was like, fuck them. Co-op,
Yeah.
I didn't play
Yep.
it. I played it only when it went to PlayStation Plus
So
because I had nothing else to
this is
play.
gonna be multiplayer totally.
Sorry.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, watch
yeah.
it.
And even then, I had a game-breaking glitch where I had to quit that game. So fuck Godfall. Absolutely fuck Godfall.
Morgan.
He said fuck Godfall, but he's excited about the sequel. I can't.
I'm not. It's not a sequel.
It's the same damn studio.
Morgan, what did you like from the show, ma'am?
Okay, so the show for me was very good. I thought it was very well put together. I didn't like everything I saw, but I thought the games that they showed were really cool. But of course, you know, fuck Xbox always, because every game that I'm interested in is always exclusive. So I was like, oh look at this game over here. Okay,
Yeah.
Roadside Research, that looks fun. Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Why?
exclusive to Xbox and PC. Oh
Why?
okay.
Why are the money adding?
Yeah, why they money hatting, bruh? Like
Okay.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that though. I was like, Echo Generation 2. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's exclusive to Xbox. Okay. Oh, it's just like, you know what? You know what? I'm tired of the shit, man. And then I looked up for the first one, and of course, I'm like, okay, maybe they ported the first one to PlayStation. Nope, it is still exclusive to Xbox and PC. And I'm just like, interesting. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I guess I'll
Morgan said, I'm
play it
gonna
whenever
fix
I
that
get
problem.
my Steam machine or Steam Deck, depending on how Valve moves accordingly in these next couple months. We will see, but I will eventually play those games. Okay, they're not gonna hinder me. Damn it. Um, but yeah, I think overall it was a really good show. You know, Dave the Diver getting DLC again. This is like the seventh or eighth DLC they've gotten. Like they're continuously supporting the game, which is awesome to see. I thought the 007 trailer was so random because it was literally just about the Aston Martin. And I
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
like,
really random.
what was the purpose? What was the purpose of that? Like, we all know James Bond's gonna have his Aston Martin because that's what he's known for. That's his literal car. So I'm like, they were just like showing it. It was like a little 15-second trailer, and I was just like, I mean, that could have just been an email.
True.
That wasn't necessary. I am excited about the game though. Like that's gonna be
We're
a day
afraid
one
that
for me.
people already forgot about it.
Nah, that's a day one for me. I'm definitely getting that. It's giving me Uncharted vibes, which you know I need injected in my veins. Uncharted meets Hitman. I'm also curious about Erosion. I really like the art style for it. Um, you know me, I'm always down for a unique art style. So I will definitely be keeping my eye on that to see, a little bit more about that. Because right now I'm a little apprehensive because I'm just like, oh, it's a roguelike. I'm not really feeling what I'm seeing with the gameplay. But things can change. It's not coming out until 2026, so maybe they'll show something that I like. Yeah, the Tides of Annihilation gameplay was insane. Like I was like, God dang. Like they were going in on the
Yeah,
gameplay.
they
I was
were.
like, is that the final boss? Like Jesus,
That's
like
what
if
it
that's not
felt
the
like.
final boss, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if that's not the final boss, what the hell are we doing in this game? Like we're going that hard for each boss fight. Yeah, it had, uh just lighting and everything going just insane. But I'm curious to see how that's going to run on consoles. Because if it's a UE5 game, God help us. But yeah, it looks good. I'll be keeping my eye on that. trying to think. Oh yeah, the Reanimal announcement, or not announcement, because it's always been already been announced. But we finally got the date announced, and it's gonna be in February, which is awesome. Couple months away. Yeah, they released the demo, which I unfortunately have not played because Nate is an asshole, and he likes to be like, oh, I don't feel like playing right now, so I just have to sit here and twiddle my thumbs and wait until he gets in the mood to play. Yeah, that was a
You need
specific
someone
diss
more
to him.
reliable.
I know, that's what I told him. I told him he's gonna get replaced, and he just laughs like it's not like I'm joking, but I'm not. Okay. But yeah, you see how he's quiet. He's not saying anything. Yeah, he agrees with my
Well, remember
description
that
of
one
him.
time he compared himself to God,
Yeah, I do.
and that
Yeah,
everything runs on his time. On his time, exactly.
that's how he treats it. Like I gotta wait for when he's in the mood to play. But yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, Zoopunk looked pretty good. I played Fist. I didn't finish it, but I did enjoy the little bit I played. Oh God. I didn't. I'm sorry, Weeb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm sorry. I think when I was playing it, something else came out, and I got distracted.
I don't blame
like
you.
I usually do.
Go back and finish it though.
I do need to go back because the art style was really cool. The concept of it was really cool. And this is supposedly a prequel of the events of Fist, so that's kind of cool that they're kind of doing. I guess this is before they got merged with the machines or whatever. So I guess it'll be cool to see, kind of what happened to lead to the world of Fist. So, yeah, I'm glad the team did well because this was a China Hero Project game. So it seems that the China Hero Project led to something good for the team, that they got enough funding to afford to make another game, which is the point of the Hero Project. So congrats to that team.
Budget.
Yeah, much higher budget. So PlayStation did their job. And now they got a game that's going to be releasing on all platforms. So good for them.
Okay, this was like an open goal for you, right? Why didn't you take it? Before they got
a lot of
fisted?
fisting. Yeah, I said a lot of fisting there, Kay. Where were you at? I was waiting for the punchline, Kay.
Jesus, right.
Damn. Oh, she must be working.
Sorry. Yeah,
Nah,
I was doing some paperwork. Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
I'm ready to be double fisted. Might have to play both of them,
at the
one
same
after
time.
another.
Oh, yeah.
No,
man,
yeah,
at the
no,
same time.
yeah, you're right at the same time. Pull out both out and just one hand goes with one and the other hand does the other,
Absolutely.
Maybe I'll stream it. Y'all want to see me get fisted?
As you should.
I don't know if that's going to be Twitch appropriate, but we'll have to see what happens.
I mean, who said I was gonna stream on Twitch?
Oh man, she said she's launching the OnlyFans. Oh man.
Be real mad with the title. Watch me get double fisted. I'm like, wait, she's playing a video game in here? What the hell's going on?
Like, hey, there's places that you can do anything and everything, So
like Kick allows you to do anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kick. There you go.
You can get pretty wild on Kick. But yeah, Weeb, what were your highlights from the Xbox show, my friend?
Thank you, my friend. Zoopunk, absolutely. Unlike some people here, I did actually finish that game.
Oh man, okay.
I think you even fired. Yep.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking, oh, did this is Fist, but I'm like, okay, I know there have been so many furry games, and it was a
facts.
Clearly a Chinese game, and like I didn't want to be being overly generalizing that all Chinese game developers are furries, but yeah, it turned out it was the same furry cinematic universe. So yeah, great to see another entry in that series. Definitely different. They didn't have a release date, and I think probably still needs some work because while it looked good, I think that the combat looked a bit, simple, I guess, a bit stiff.
Yeah.
So that probably needs some work. Echo Generation 2, which is like, I think we all were like surprised. Wait, there's a one,
Yeah, where the hell this game come from? Like shit.
Yeah, and it turned out it was Steam exclusive. So might have to check that out if that's on sale and get that one. Because it looked definitely interesting in the art style, turn-based combat, you name it. And then of course Ties of Annihilation, which was already on my radar, but after that boss battle, which is I wager probably one of the early ones.
It's insane.
Looked insane. I mean, I'm so glad it's not a Souls game. This looks just
Facts.
this looks so good. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So so those were my 3 highlights of the show. Yeah, so overall, a pretty good show.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I don't think you got a chance to watch it.
No, I did. I watched it earlier today, but
did?
Okay.
What'd you
Okay,
like from the
yes,
show?
I did. I liked Armistice. I liked the Mound. I thought Crowsworn looked really interesting. I liked the cards and like the character had like this
yeah.
Black Death, like the Death Plague mask. Thought that was pretty cool. James Bond, like you, was like okay, like it felt random, like it felt like it was just out of place for the whole show. But I was like, okay. I don't know how I feel about James Bond because like I'm a huge James Bond fan, but I don't know, like I don't want to have my hopes up. So I'm not going to be too excited.
You
But
don't like the gameplay, or you're just afraid that it's not gonna live up to the expectation?
I feel like I'm afraid that it might end up just feeling like generic, slightly different version of Hitman, which is not always the bad thing, right? But James Bond is very dear to me that I would definitely want it to feel it's like within it, like it's its own
Yeah.
game and
I
not
get it.
just a generic
I
offshoot.
I totally get it, but when I watched the gameplay, it didn't feel like what you call it, a Hitman clone. It did feel like a new WW7 with its own
You don't
flair.
stop calling it WW7 because what the hell is WW7?
I mean, James Bond. I'm
It's
Nah.
stuck on.
it's WWE, but like 7 times better.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I'm like, why you keep calling it WW,
Oh my God, I
bro?
just realized
Double
what I
O,
was saying.
double
Holy
O
shit.
7, sir.
007.
Yeah, 007. Yeah, my bad about that one. But I do get your hesitance, but from the look of it, they might seem to be doing well. We will only know when the game gets released, but I do understand your point.
Yeah. Let's see, what was the other ones? I thought Total Chaos looked pretty awesome, and Reanimal. I really love co-op games like that. And I thought Zoo Punk was I was like, oh okay, let's I'm ready and willing. And let's see. I noticed that I felt like most of these games that were shown were like they almost had like this same like feel, like it was all like dark action or like monsters or you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I thought it was an interesting note to realize how similar a lot of these games were that they shown. Um, and that's another thing that kind of makes me hesitant about anything is because I really loved how Evil West looked and how it was promoted. And then you play Evil West, and halfway through the game you're like, okay, this is boring now, and it's very repetitive and nothing's really new, and like they only
I
like
noticed that.
the enemy variety was not that great, and and so like I just like I don't want to be fooled again.
Understandable.
By the way, with the animal, who are you going to play it with? You're not gonna play with your daughter, right?
This man trying to get a co-op partner real quick. He's trying to sneak in like you're not playing with your daughter, right? You need somebody to play with.
I tried to be.
Bruh, I think you underestimate Audrey's love for all things creepy. So
Yeah.
You're gonna play that? That's okay. No, that would surprise me. Okay.
Bruh, she looks up stuff that's horror that I don't look up. Like,
okay.
So yeah, like
yeah, no, then she is good with the animal.
She a fall baby through and through. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She said Halloween don't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm pretty much in line with most of what you guys said, so nothing really personal for me. But yeah, moving on to the next one. This will be a quick one, but this one was brought up because this is something that has been a conversation for a while. I know I saw a Hero comment on it, but F1 2025 is set to get a paid expansion instead of a new game in 2026. This is something that has been kind of floating around for a long time, that people have said, why don't sports games just do this? Especially because when we've seen some of the bad practices in the industry where they get caught not even updating assets, like the ball on NBA 2K will still say 2025 in the 2026 game, and so on and so forth. So it's like, why not just update the rosters, for the next season, update the stats and so on, let people pay for that and just kind of keep it moving until, you can get more time to actually create a much better product. And for the first time, the Formula One game is going to do that. So they're getting a paid expansion to include the 2026 season. There'll be no standalone F1 26 game in 2026. The content update will feature new cars, drivers, and regulations for the 2026 FIA Formula One World Championship. The new game in the series will be planned for 2027. And they essentially stated, so that they have a lot more time to create bigger gaps in the gameplay and really have the time they need to create a new next-gen experience. So shout out to, the team behind Formula One for doing what none of the other, sports games and stuff would do. They always want that money. They always want to sell people that $100 update, essentially, instead of taking the time to really create something brand new, and just kind of letting people get the update. Shout out to them for that. I don't think any of us play Formula One, but it's an interesting tidbit just because it's a first for the industry for someone to do this. And like I said, hopefully creates a way for some of these other companies to kind of look forward to it and potentially do it for some of the other titles going forward. Morgan, how are you feeling after seeing this? Because I know we've talked about games.
Yes, like how long have I said that this is exactly what sports games need to do? I was like, they need to stop doing these yearly releases where they charge for the same damn game with minor updates for a full $70 to $100. I said they need to just make it a game that you buy one game and they update it. They could charge like a minor charge or whatever for the updates, but not this full $100. Like it's ridiculous. And that way it helps prevent this stagnant, like that this stagnant pace that a lot of these these sports games have, where you can just tell that the devs just don't give a fuck anymore. Like it got to the point in a lot of Madden football games where it would be Madden 24 and the banners on the side of the stadiums still said Madden 23 on it. Like they didn't even bother updating like like the crowds and shit. Like it was just like they just copied and pasted it from the previous game and just put it in there, because the only thing you're really doing in these sports games is updating the players, right? Because they get traded or they leave or their numbers change or what have you. So it's like the minor changes within the league that happens, but that doesn't need a whole new fucking game for that. You can just update the current game, and that's what I've been telling Innate for the longest that sports games need to move to, because honestly, the whole buying a new game every year is nothing but pure greed, because a lot of these publishers hold the single title to whatever the sports game is, right? Like EA holds the title for football, right? Sony holds the title for baseball. Take-Two holds the title for basketball. So like no other publishers can, at least as far as like the professional league, like the Americans professional league, nobody else can hold the title for that or make games based on the players and the leagues and stuff like that. So since they all have a monopoly on all these sports games, they're just fucking lazy with them and just do whatever they want and sell the same fucking game over and over again. And because they don't have any competition and nobody else is releasing game, people who like these games are essentially, there's only one store essentially to buy these games from. There's no competition, there's no variation. So if you want to play a basketball game, if you want to play a NFL game, if you want to play an NHL game, FIFA, whatever, right? It's only one publisher that can do it, and they're going to just essentially just like drain the pig from these players and just force you to essentially buy these $70 to $100 games every freaking year. And then on top of that, the stats that you had and like the coins and all the stuff that you earned on the previous game do not transfer to the new game. So you have to start all over again. It's ridiculous amounts of greed going on with these sports games. And I've been saying for the longest time that they need to just go into what F1 is doing, where they make a baseline game and they don't, they don't sell you a new game next year. They just update it to refresh about, with what's happening with that current sport. That's how it needs to be. And honestly, EA, Take-Two, all these motherfuckers need to take notes, because this is how it should be done. Because like I said, the sports games have been stagnant. Like they ain't been shit since like the early 2000s. They haven't really updated and done anything refreshing or new, right? The whole My Park and bullshit they do in fucking NBA 2K and shit. It's nothing. Like it's like they trying to add like Fortnite-esque features into fucking basketball. Like nobody, who cares? Who cares about any of that shit? Make a good basketball game. The graphics in these games are barely, you can barely tell the difference between the years anymore. Like people were comparing shots between, the 2024 and 2025 NBA 2K games, and I was just like, who could tell the difference? It's like, oh, look, the slight lighting increase on the 2025 version. I'm like, bro, in a sports game, nobody notices that shit. Like who's like looking like, let me pause in the court real quick and admire the light bouncing off of the arena. Like who fuck cares? Like it's minor ass upgrades that aren't doing anything and aren't benefiting the game in any kind of way that they're using to justify these prices and why they're releasing these games, in a brand new game to charge you at a brand new price every fucking year, right? I think, what was it? Take-Two was the first one, or was it EA to go to 70 with 2K? Like that's the game to justify. That's why we need
first to go up.
Yeah, so it's fucking Take-Two. So it was like, this is the game we're using to justify an extra $10. We didn't really do anything to upgrade it from the last year's 2K, but we feel that because, it's next gen, it's now a new era of PS5 and Series X and S, that's justification for us to charge another $10 for not really doing much with this game. But like, my whole point of the rant is that all these sports games need to take notes from F1, and they need to all move to that F1 formula, because all these devs that are working on these games are overworked and their creativity bubble is like burst. They just don't care about these games anymore. There's a lot of optimization issues with these games too. But again, this is what happens when you have a yearly release. Same way with COD. right? We're seeing COD suffer the same thing now because of these yearly releases. The quality of Call of Duty has gone to just shit,
Yeah,
right?
despite there being
Call of Duty needs to
14
take
billion devs working on it.
yeah. Yeah, and it's the thing. It's like no matter how many you have, it's still you're making them work on a, like a semi-yearly basis. They still have to pump these games out. It don't matter how many people you have. They're still on a time limit, right? Where they have to get this game out at a certain time frame.
Well, it's like
And because of that,
it's like what Logic said about. I guess this is a rule for an analogy that one of the forefathers for programming or something came up with, to get people to understand. You can't just throw personnel at something in order to get something done, because like there's only a certain amount of way it scales, right? So you can't have 1,500 people trying to cut a steak, essentially, right? And he said,
yeah, it's gonna take even longer.
It's gonna take even longer. Like, what are you doing that for? One person
Yeah.
can cut the steak and do it well, and it's like
Exactly.
everybody. You can't be like, okay, it takes the animation team 2 weeks to do this, right? So let's add 30 more people and see if they can speed it up. It's not going to happen, because now they're in a bunch of meetings trying to communicate.
Exactly. They're trying to communicate with each other. A lot of people aren't working in the same office anymore. A lot of it's, work from home stuff situation, or they're in different branches, right? So it's like you're trying to communicate and be like, shit, so I cut this part out of the game. Oh wait, don't cut that. I wanted that part.
Yeah,
okay, wait,
I
thought about
remember the
adding. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I
You're
remember.
good.
I remembered the quote. Like, he was saying, Hero was reminding me of the quote. I was like, I remembered it, but I wasn't. I wasn't. I was just saying. The quote is, the 9 women can't make a baby in 1 month. Like, if you get nine women
exactly.
pregnant, like, it's not going to speed up the process. Essentially.
Yeah, it still takes 9 months. Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many people you involve into it. And that's the thing. They think that a lot of these publishers and things think that if they throw enough devs at it, it'll speed up. They can still have the same quality, but get it sped up. And it doesn't work like that. And I'm on the same basis with COD. They need to stop these fucking yearly fucking games. COD needs to stop doing a yearly release. I'm sorry, I know Activision loves the money and they love, just throwing out shitty ass CODs because, hey, Call of Duty has become just, it's become one of those games that's where the name carries it. No matter how crappy the game is, the name now carries it, so people will buy it regardless. The same way with all these sports games, right? Like, no matter how crappy they are, the names carry it, right? So, and it's all these games that need to stop doing this shit. That need to stop these yearly releases and just have one game where they update the game, update the content, and it doesn't need to be on a yearly basis. It just needs to be when that game is ready, when this update is ready, that's when it's released. And I think people will learn to appreciate these games a lot more because it'll have a lot of more passion and a lot more inspiration behind it, because the devs actually probably would be able to work on updates that they've actually wanted to include in the game but couldn't because of, hey, we got deadlines, you need to get this game out by then, and we don't need this and that in the game. Just ship the same shit that we always do. These motherfuckers will pay it. Like, it's this type of shit that just kind of ruins the creativity behind games, and it's honestly just sad. But I applaud F1 for taking that first initiative, and hopefully this will be a domino effect in the industry of these big conglomerate sports games and other live services games like Call of Duty, and they'll take notes and realize, hey, we can still make a good game and we can still get a lot of money, and it doesn't have to be yearly, released, and we can win back the favor from the game community. So
yeah, agreed. And like I said, if your next iteration happens to be a big leap, I mean, that's fine. But it's kind of like we talk about in tech. There's the tick and the talk. One is a little bump in performance, and then you get the talk, which is like the huge jump in performance, where you're like, okay, everybody famously remembers the joke, even if you weren't into PC gaming at the time, when Jensen, the head for NVIDIA, was like, it's okay, 1080 Ti owners, you can finally upgrade, because a bunch of 1080 Ti people skipped the 20 series or from NVIDIA, and like, so they even mentioned it during like the presentation of the 30 series. which is ironic because the 30 series was actually really short, and then the 40 series was actually probably the bigger jump. Um, but yes, kind of same process there. Um, Kay, how are you? I know again, most of us don't play sports games in here, but we get the idea. There's other games that obviously could benefit from something similar or a continued update process. Um, how are you feeling about something like this for certain games going forward? I don't know if she's doing paperwork, so
Um,
it's like,
yeah, no, I'm good now. No, I agree with everything that you guys have been saying. With what Morgan's been saying is that not every game needs to come out yearly, and then like some things get left behind or some things get ignored, or you just end up having a lower quality product like in total.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
Um, and and what would be nice is to see some of these games that are doing what F1 is doing, um, and to take that and start doing what they're doing, um, and hopefully it helps everyone on all sides, both within the industry and the people working, and then of course the customers, gamers as well. But um, us first because we're what they want to sell the product to, right?
yeah,
But you
Facts.
also want the people to not like what you guys are saying. You have you know what you get burned out, you
yeah,
know, and something like what F1 is doing that could give devs a chance to sit back and take a breath.
agreed.
Um, and like what else you guys were talking about when you have too many cooks in the kitchen, you know,
Mm-hmm,
um,
Facts.
or you end up to where you're hiring X amount of people, or and like the like communication becomes fuzzy. And I know Halo Infinite actually suffered quite a bit when they
Mm-hmm.
yep,
started contracting out a lot of work to outside people. So what would be great about what F1 is doing would to help with burnout, help these devs to take a breath and to come back and have something bigger and better when they want to actually do like what Nate was saying, like your talk, right? Um, and I think if they really actually took the time to sit down and maybe crunch numbers, right, they could see that it would end up costing them less, but still getting a certain profit margin.
yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Um,
Because I mean, you're not selling anything. Like
that would be the
you're still
seller, yeah.
selling, the expansion and the update, and then you're updating. Like I said, new vehicles or new players, new regulations, all these other things that are changing, and certain physics or mechanics for the next season, and then you're also still getting people who are big football fans and so on for like soccer and so on, and they get they still want to play Ultimate Team. They still want to play these other things. So these games continue to generate revenue while not sacrificing quality of the games. And then, like we were saying, they get bigger leaps, bigger jumps, in giving the teams the time to do things and not having to cut
Yeah.
corners where, like we were saying, you see the billboards on the side and they still say 2023, but you're playing 2026 because no one thought to update that because they don't have time because they're panicking to try and do one or two other things to get this game updated and out the window in a short amount of time. Because people forget, right? Like they don't even really have a year to do
Yeah.
this stuff, because if a game releases next year, they have to actually finish the game like a month or two before the game even launches to allow printing, up to 2 to 3 months for some games. So printing, if you're going to have a physical version and all this other stuff. So they're getting even less than a year to complete this next title, which is insane for game development. So yeah, it's wild. But no, yeah, I agree with what you were
Like they're
saying.
they're 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 spending more money in that way, doing the yearly releases. They really are spending
Mm-hmm.
more money, and with minimal updates, because like we're getting this this the return, like what is it, minimal return, or what's the phrase, diminishing returns, diminishing returns on graphics, and especially when you have games where it's practically the same gameplay every time. Like really, where are you spending that money into? Like to repackage to a whole game. It's almost like they're trying to make more money by doing it, but like I feel like that's more of a short-sighted thing than a longer end game, which a lot of companies will do that. Like I work for a company that's very, very short-sighted, and they change like programs. They change programs and they do this and do that, thinking that they're saving money, but you're actually investing way more in the long run by doing so many different changes instead of just fixing what you already have. Or there was a fuel island at one of our terminals where our company could actually get fuel at the terminal rather than to go to like a third party truck stop.
Yeah.
And something happened, and instead of paying for it to be fixed, they said nope. And they just they pour concrete in and closed it all off and said, I guess we're not doing fuel anymore. And it's like, yeah, but it's cheaper if you're buying your own fuel and you're letting your own drivers fuel up, for like it's going to save you way more money than going to other truck stops, like in the long run.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, okay, now you didn't have to spend X amount of money right now, but you look, 5 years down the road, you're actually you're losing a lot of money. And I feel like a lot of companies are very short-sighted, the here and now. What are we getting right? Like they have like horse blinders on, like they get tunnel visioned.
Yeah, they do. No, but yeah, I agree. I was making sure you didn't get cut off. Are you good? You good, okay?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, Weeb, how are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, I agree with your sentiment that definitely makes more sense than just keep releasing the same game over and over again for full price. Though I do wonder what the pricing is going to be for this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I would not put it past them to just charge full price for it. Hey, but we're going
That
to
would be crazy.
pay it anyway. So, yeah, but yeah, it is definitely a curse for all these annual games that, particularly the sports games that essentially just the only reason people are buying it because they want to have an accurate representation of the teams they're playing at. They want to have the current roster of those teams, the current composition of the leagues. So yeah, I can understand that they're making this decision, and as they state, they're going to do that for next year, and then they're going to release a new game, which is sort of a full update of I guess the gameplay and the gameplay systems. Okay, like nothing. None of us are really the audience there, so I mean, I can't really speak on behalf of how the fans feel like that feel about it. I mean, there obviously pros and cons. Con is you're not really getting a new game. If you if you were a few people who were looking forward to it, that it's gonna be updated with beyond just the content. I guess that's uh, a thing, and obviously you're not gonna have the full game on disc if that was ever a thing, because I would assume that even Currently, these games have DLCs. Yeah, but overall, I think it's a good solution. Particularly as you mentioned, for the developers that they are able to have a little less hectic of a work schedule, are able to um, take more time to work on the next game, which hopefully in the end will be a better product because they've had more development time and hopefully don't make the mistakes that you mentioned where they just forget the year or other things that they should have updated but didn't because time or they're just under so much pressure that they just don't have the time to just polish or check the entire game, do some quality assurance, whatever you want to call it, to catch these kind of mistakes. Yeah, I think there's not much else to say. It is an interesting development, at least. It's the first time we've seen it, even though we have talked about it. Yeah, whether or not in terms of consumer friendliness is it going to be better, that's something remains to be seen. I mean, obviously, if they're going to charge full price for that, you kind of wonder if that's fair. I would imagine they're gonna charge a little less, but probably probably enough for them to still make enough money every year to warrant this kind of kind of change in how they develop the game. I suppose the DLC will cost less development time than building the game from scratch, but on the other hand, you have more time until you go to market with the next game. So that's interesting how they're gonna handle that and how they're gonna price this. So that's something we have to see. But yeah, no, that's about it.
Omar, what are you thinking?
Okay, so on the VGP panel, because a lot of them play this first game, we talked about the Tunadium, and this was one of the solutions we came up with because port game been nickeling and diming you guys. I'm talking about the actual port people and not our panel. With this move, again, it's going to be back to how much it's going to cost them and how frequently are they going to what you call it release content, because while they don't need to they are not gonna basically what we seen from first game, they reuse assets to the point of they're literally telling you let's say uh, uh, not fucking I've got football, but American football, let's say 23, while they're selling it at 25. Like you could literally see it at 23, 2023 banner.
Yeah, the thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. But to me, it's like finally, but again, it's gonna be interesting because they do have licenses to pay, and knowing how FIFA used to operate, I know you call them F now, but it's still FIFA. It's just gonna be interesting to see how it's going to play out. But it's also going to be interesting if other franchises follow this concept. If if they post it up, this is to me. This feels like this is the next version of our game is gonna have a 10-year backup plan, like how they said that to Destiny, how they said that to Halo Infinite, how this is gonna be a 10-year project. Like we've been hearing 10-year project, 10-year project. I want to happen. they pulled the plug. So I'm curious if this one gonna succeed or not, or they're gonna go back to the old model. Only time will tell. But congratulations to sport people. You're not gonna get fucked every week, every year now.
Well, at least Formula One people. I don't know about everybody else. Um, but yeah. Kay, did you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, we'll move on to the last topic here. Steam Machine pricing. Um, Valve, as we've had some reactions from some tech influencers, and famously Linus Tech Tips was saying, when he mentioned $500, that the room just kind of got quiet and kind of awkward. So it seems like that's definitely not going to be the case. Anybody who's familiar with the pricing model for mini PCs, they're pretty expensive. So Valve stating that they're going to price this like a mini PC. It's going to be pretty interesting. They also did state that according to basically everything they've seen, the Steam Machine is 70% is more powerful than 70% of Steam users' PCs, which doesn't surprise me. That's something that I've stated for years, that the majority of PC gamers have really weak PCs, and most of them are not stronger than a PS5. So yeah, despite all the noise that some PC gamers like to make on social media, a lot of these people are the one percenters or have really weak rigs as well. So that makes the case for the Steam Machine potentially, and its potential price point being higher. What exactly will be DOA for them will be interesting, but obviously we've got some people definitely interested in the panel. For me, I'll just say it quickly. Anything, the absolute maximum for us would be $700. So we talked about this the other night. So $699, that would be the maximum. I still think that would be kind of a stretch, but the maximum, because you also have to consider taxes and so on and so forth. The magic number for me is $499. I think $599, they'll still get quite a few people to jump in. But I think $499 is the real magic price, at least for the starting one, the 512. So, but yeah, I guess from you guys, if you were interested, what is the maximum price for you, and what is that magic price for you? What would you want it to be? Regardless of what Valve has stated. Weeb.
I mean, yeah, you said, well, one to be 500, obviously, but realistically, I'd say, I mean, I would have said close to between 600 and 700,
Yeah.
but that might even be if we're
Looking at mini
supposed to
PCs.
believe the rumors. Yeah, I mean, even the rumors that are going around, like that, even that might be optimistic.
Yeah.
So yeah, numbers from 750, 1,000, like, and at that point, it stops being fun.
Yeah, I agree.
And I do wonder what Valve's gonna do, because this it looked like a fun idea, but there are very good chances that it's gonna fail. If they have to price it around that number, because obviously they have to recuperate their costs. That would be. It would probably be dead on arrival if it's gonna come, because what's the added value there? Like, if you have to pay more for a piece of hardware that's less powerful than the base PS5, you have to pay more than a Pro. Like, what's that value? Yeah, you can run Steam on it, but I mean, you could probably get a decent, gaming laptop or something that for that price that might probably outperform the Steam box. So the only thing really going for it is a form factor. That's about it.
Yeah.
And certainly there are alternatives for that as well. So yeah, it's strange. that they didn't. I guess maybe that's why they didn't announce it. That they sort of were like, oh yeah, we're gonna sort of feel out the water and see how what people are coming up with and what sort of will be a good price. I mean, or they're just waiting until I don't know, the Game Awards or something. Though it does feel like they're testing the water, because it is really strange that you announce a new device and you're not gonna meet, at least for Valve, feels weird and not just announce the price right away. If you're confident, you probably would have done that. And it seems like they're not that confident, at least in terms of how to prices. Like, I think they're kind of trying to figure out who's going to be our consumer, who's going to buy this. Is it the diehard Steam fans who would just buy it because it's released by Valve and don't really care about the price, or do you want to go for that? As some speculate, hey, that they're coming for the console market, right? They're coming for the console gamer, which if those are the prices, they're gonna have to wait a little longer before they can come for the console gamers. And then like I said, the question is who's the for? Because even the PC gamer, doesn't really need it for that price. It would be a novelty thing, really. In the end, it would not really be anything that you could use it as your main platform to play games. I mean, like I said, like if that's going to be the price, like I would recommend people just buy the Steam Deck, because in the end, like, it's going to be less powerful, sure, but if you want to use it for playing indie games, or in the end, like, you even with a Steam box, you can play your games at the high settings, and it's very limited what you can get out of it. So in the end, it's just okay, I'm content with being able to play my Steam library in some fashion on a piece of Steam hardware, or piece of Valve release hardware. I mean, at that point, like, okay, if you're gonna sell for compromises, then you might as well just get a console. If you don't, look, I mean, there's very little you can argue against not getting a PS5, because it's the most complete package there is, because you have the PlayStation exclusive day and date. They're getting a lot of games that other platforms are not getting, and all the multiplats are there. Like, there's certainly PC exclusives, but those might be a few indies that are very tempting, but somehow skip consoles, or like maybe PlayStation because Xbox money having, or these bigger titles, but are very typical PC games. Like I've always said before, like, I'm not gonna play an RTS game on a console. Like, that needs to be played on a PC, which I mean, I know you can hook up your your mouse and keyboard to it, but like, at that point you kind of wonder, okay, but then just buy a gaming PC, or build your own and buy a gaming laptop. It's because I mean, you're not gonna sit on your couch and with a mouse and keyboard. I mean, you could in theory, but if that's sort of, if you want to have that kind of convenience, there's a reason why they released a controller with it, right? So what's left? There not much really. So it is interesting, the development there, because I mean, we've talked about before, and I mean, we were quite clear about what it should be, but also what we think it's going to end up as, and probably our estimates are even too optimistic there. And then the question is, like, is it the thing that stole Microsoft thunder, the thing that as people speculate is gonna come for the console market, might just go out with a whimper in the same as a previous attempt of breaking into between quotation marks the console market. Will be interesting to find out once they've settled on the price, which I assume is going to be somewhere this year. But yeah, I don't have high hopes of it coming down to the level that we think it's going to need to be to be a success. So we'll have to wait and see.
Agreed. Kay, I don't know if you're interested in this device at all, but thinking about the Steam Deck, if you were or even considering it, what would be that magic price for you?
The Steam Deck, or are you talking about
Steam,
the
Steam
Steam
machine.
Cube?
Yeah, the little cube. Yeah.
The GameCube, but
Yeah.
made by Steam.
Yeah.
Well, so I thought it's gonna be a little bit more powerful than like some of you guys are trying to say it is. Because they were talking about like 4K at like 60 FPS. So like they're talking about that. They're talking like it's supposed to be more powerful than a traditional console, and that it's pretty much literally a mini compact PC, and that's also why they're talking about pricing it at a more comparable level to the PC market rather than the console market. Is that correct?
It's not so much. It's not so much the power specifically. It's just the pricing for the parts and so on and so forth. Like PC equivalent is just quite a bit more expensive to produce. The main thing that is allowing it the 4K 60 is it heavily depending on FSR3. So the scaling.
Right.
So that'll cut it basically.
And they also said it's like 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the power is going to be between a Series S and a PS5, so it won't be as strong as the PS5.
Yeah.
Is that what they came out and said? Because I don't remember them.
Yeah, because
I remember
Digital Foundry,
they did give a chip or something.
Yeah, Digital Foundry got to test it out and try it and everything, and they did confirm that it's going to be between a Series S and a PS5.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking, because I didn't see that video, so that so that change, so that's that gives new context for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because just going off of their own videos that had come out like within the last week or so, it really sounds like they're trying to sell it as something that's more powerful, even if it's not like by a large jump, but still powerful enough to say, hey, it is powerful. It is a PC. It functions as a PC. So therefore, that's why we're gonna do like more PC type prices. And
they said the most demanding AAA games like your Cyberpunks and stuff like that don't really run full 4K at 60.
Right.
It's more like 1440p or 1080p 60.
Right. Yeah. Because I guess they're trying to be sneaky, you know what I mean, and give people almost like the illusion that it's gonna be almost comparable to like a gaming laptop that would be almost equivalent to like a 3080, right? So, like, I mean, if it's gonna be no more powerful than a Pro, to me that just completely invalidates the for me and for myself. It would invalidate the PC price that they're trying to do. It's like, well, if you're not even going to be more powerful than a PS5 Pro, then you shouldn't be more than like what you were saying. It shouldn't be more than like $750.
Yeah.
Right. Because no. The way that they've been talking though, I wouldn't doubt that they put it between the $900 and like $1,100 price range. I wouldn't be surprised.
Whew,
I know that sounds really high.
This is after
I know.
the price tag that rumored to be having for Xbox, what you call it, chips and stuff like that.
But yeah, I'm saying between 800 and 1,100 because the soul, I mean, what they're gonna charge for it.
Yeah.
For the sole reason that they're saying, well, you know, it's really it's a PC, so we gotta price it within the PC market. So that's what makes me think at least 800.
Okay.
And so I think the Steam Cube itself, in my opinion, for someone like me, just talking for myself, if I really wanted to play Steam games, that it would be an option to consider at the right price.
Yeah.
Right? Because then that's something, you know, you can take with you. And like it's so small and so compact, and it is more powerful than the Steam Deck. So if I'm looking for a bigger TV, you know, to play on and play it at, you know, maybe, you know, a little, you know, higher settings than the Steam Deck, you know, then that would be a really good option.
Yeah, I think if anything, if it's too expensive, I think it's gonna do basically kind of what Morgan was saying, that it's just going to entice people who are looking at it potentially as an indie product, a way to play the games that don't come to console, that are only on Steam, to just consider a Steam Deck now, more than ever. Because I've seen not only Morgan, but I saw Chris Toast was talking about it. She was interested in it, but again, she's interested in the same capacity that Morgan is, which is they're both really like high indie players, and a lot of games that they're interested in don't come to PS5. So it's really being looked at like an indie machine, but it's like you don't want to pay $800 for an indie machine. So now you start looking at, you know, $300 to $400 on a Steam Deck that you could just take with you, and you're like, all right, I'll just do that.
Right.
So,
the only thing with I think PlayStation might shoot them in the foot a little bit by putting a lot of their big titles on Steam. And so this could potentially take someone and have them say, you know what's the point of having a PlayStation? Yes, the Cube is a little bit more expensive, but I get access to everything, in their opinion. And they're like, well, I'm okay to wait on a PlayStation game. I can wait 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Or even 2 years. That's how some people are.
That is a serious potential risk for them. I agree.
But for me personally, man, if it really is just gonna be no better than the PS5 Pro,
well, it's not even stronger than the base PS5.
Okay, well, fuck. I wouldn't want to pay more than maybe $100 over the base PS5 then.
Okay. Yeah, so you land about where we are, $500 to $600, and more than that is asking for too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Morgan, how are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as somebody who has been wanting the Steam Machine to come out of retirement and be like, I think, you know, it's time for Steam Machine to come back, and I'm glad they announced it.
You did call that.
I did. I was like, bro, they're gonna bring it back, bro. They're gonna bring it.
And I was over here like, it's not happening. It's not happening. And then like literally like a week later. So
yeah. It's just the time for mobile and kind of putting stores everywhere. It just seems to be like the trend right now. But yeah, you know, I was all for like, you know, it being $500 for basically for what it was offering, but with everything everybody's saying, it was like it's gonna be more. And you know, when you think about it, you know, like we were saying, you know, they didn't announce the price, you know, when they announced the product, right? And I think part of that is due to they want, you know, you can wish list it on Steam. They want to see the interest. They want to gauge the interest of it. I think they also are waiting because it's, you know, it's turbulent time right now in tech. prices, tariffs and things like that. And apparently DRAM is very expensive. And that's a very expensive
extraordinarily
component.
expensive.
Yeah, and it's a big component of the Steam machine. So I think they're kind of waiting to see how, with tariffs and everything like that, and how the prices on these things, they fluctuate so rapidly. So I think they're kind of trying to see where they're going to land to figure out what the final price for the device is going to be. But for me, yeah, like I said, initially my threshold was 500, but with everything going on and with them saying, like I said, with the prices of components and thinking about things like that, I think my final price threshold will probably be about 700, right? And I'm okay with getting the smaller storage version. Like again, like I'm not using this thing for like big AAA games. Like I'm not using it for like Cyberpunk or anything like that. Like I'm literally would get this device for indies, right? And I don't need a lot of space. Like I'll have maybe 2 or 3 games at a time on it and then delete them, right? I don't need a lot of storage. So if I can get like the smaller storage one for cheaper, or for significantly cheaper, then I'll probably get that one. But yeah, I'm hoping they don't go crazy in the 800 to 900 range. But who knows? Like I said, like Valve isn't PlayStation or Xbox. They don't care to subsidize prices. They're not looking to subsidize. They want, they want to make a profit on these. The same thing with the Steam Deck, right? And the good thing about the Steam Deck is they did offer a variant that was very cheap, like the $300 to $400 Steam Deck that they launched initially. So maybe the lower storage version will be cheaper, but again, Steam or Valve isn't looking to subsidize. They're not going to eat the cost like PlayStation and Xbox have been doing, at least at the beginning of the generation, where they were eating a lot of the costs on components because they want you, because the real moneymaker is like, getting you into their store, right? But Steam, Valve already has, people in their store. They don't really care. This is just something to kind of expand what they already got. And the question, like we've said, is who is this for? Is this for PC enthusiasts who just maybe, really love their PC and they just want to kind of expand where they play? They just want to play on the couch. You can take your Steam games and continue playing them from your desk to your couch. Or is this to get people who have never been in the Steam store and get new customers who are couch players, console players, to introduce them to Steam, right? To get into a new market. And I think the price will show what the answer is, right? Because if they want to get into the competitive market, the competitive console market, I think they'll land the price between like $500 to $650. But if they're not really caring about the console market, I think that's when we'll see like the $750, maybe like, 900 range for this device. But yeah, I don't like, again, I'm not upset at the power. Like I know some people are upset about it not being at least matching with the current consoles of this generation. But again, for me personally, I would be using it for indie, so I don't really care about it not being, a true 4K machine. It being upscaled and having FSR, all that shit is fine with me. But yeah, if it outprices, itself, if it goes above my threshold where I think, okay, it's not worth it, I'm just gonna get a Steam Deck, bro. Like at the end of the day,
No,
I'm just gonna get a Steam Deck.
Or
And
do
then
you research and actually look at mini PCs?
yeah, something like that. I'm gonna find some way to get into it because I there are some, Steam exclusive games that I do want to play, that don't seem to be making their way to consoles. So at the end of the day, I'm a gamer and I'm gonna have to just go where the games are. So
You need to play
yeah.
Portal 1 and 2.
Oh God, the real
And
test, the real test of
and
PCs over here.
Portal 2 is co-op as well. It's so much fun. I love Portal 1 and 2.
Oh man, Portal.
Just remember, the cake is a lie.
The cake
It
is a
is.
liar. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah, I know. I already got a backlog of of games that people have requested I play if I do get it on Steam. So it'll have to be on the list.
There you go.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So it is just determined on what Steam's next move is. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they announce the prices during the Game of the Year awards.
TGA would be the place to do it.
Yeah, because does it release? When does it release again? It's soon. It's very soon.
Yeah, Q1 2026. So
that's what I thought. Yeah,
between like January and April. So the Game Awards will be a good time to announce prices and pre-orders or whatever. So yeah, like, and Steam usually does get involved with Game Awards. Didn't they, like, last year they were giving away Steam Decks during the Game Awards?
Yeah,
like, if you...
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, partnered up with Jeff again and maybe did some giveaways or, at least announced the pricing and the pre-order date and the release date or whatever. So yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point. And I feel like they're internally debating a lot at Valve right now about where they're going to go. I'm pretty sure they probably haven't settled on a price yet. They probably got a range and they're just waiting on a couple factors to figure out where exactly they're going to hit, which is why they haven't said anything yet. But it'll be interesting to see, because it'll definitely determine the trajectory of next gen as well. Because if they can hit those console prices, then yeah, I definitely agree with Kay that PlayStation and Xbox would have some competition with them, with the Steam machine.
Agreed. Omar, any thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's just gonna be interesting to see what the price is going to be for it. Especially with, like, you saw the new word on the street that Xbox gonna get a third price hike.
Yeah, I heard that.
Of the component price. Like, I'm curious if that's gonna play as well in the Steam machine, which would make the price go also up. When what's her name? Kate said the number 900 to.
I said 800 to 1100.
Sorry, 800 to 1100. I thought it was crazy, but when you add the price hike into the mix, I can see that. Because if your machine is weaker than a PS5, it shouldn't cost more than a PS5. I get it, it's new, but like that would be super crazy. It's gonna be super interesting to see what this Steam machine is gonna do. How open is it going to be toward modding and upgrading it and stuff like that? Like, are you buying a PC or a Steam console?
No, they said you're literally buying a PC. You can put any operating system you want on it.
Yeah, but
it does function as a PC.
You can't really upgrade it in as an extent as an actual PC. So there you are limited to what to put in there. Yeah.
So
which is why I was saying like a gaming laptop in a sense.
So will you be able to emulate
where you don't change out the parts? Do what?
Yes, you can emulate because you can do that on a Steam Deck as well.
You can do that on a Steam machine and a Steam Deck.
Oh, okay. I don't have a Steam Deck. Okay, so is that? Yeah, no. Then Switch, you're in trouble.
No, they're not, because the Steam machine is not a handheld.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Steam machine. I'm talking. Oh, yeah, no, I was talking. Yeah, no, I'm talking about if. Oh, yeah, I don't know if there is an emulation for Switch 2, but I do know there is an emulation for Switch 1.
Yeah, Switch 2 stuff is not emulated yet.
But going back to it, it's going to be interesting to see what the actual price is going to be. And
yeah, pretty much everything is running on that at this point.
Like how, like what warrants such a purchase? How they're gonna justify it? It's going to be interesting.
Agreed. But yeah, with that, we're gonna get up out of here. That was the last topic for today. But yeah, some interesting times. Again, like I said, 2025 as far as game releases has been crazy. I cannot keep up. I know like
Yep.
most of the guys even that are frequenting through here. I know Hero is still trucking through Ghost of Yote, so um,
Yeah, man.
yeah, it is. It's a heck of a year. Then he's talking about taking a break after that. So yeah, no breaks for me. No breaks. All gas over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't slow down. Not if I'm gonna hit my goal before the end of the year. Um, but yeah, with that, like I said, we're gonna get up out of here. Uh, where can the people find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky is the Weep Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome. Uh, yeah, uh, great conversations. And yeah, like I said, it has been a crazy year and it doesn't seem to be letting up next year either. So yeah, you know, you just gotta keep on going, keep on trucking because it's crazy and that backlog is not gonna shrink by itself.
Absolutely,
But yeah, Other Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
And then Morgan, where can the people find you, ma'am?
Yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at Chill Bandit and on PSN at Chill Bandit 336. Trying to get these last few games, done before the end of the year. Amazing 2025, whatever game you felt deserved, and was justified for the game of the year, just know, hey, that game you at least had a game of the year, right? You had a great experience with the game and you treasured it, and that's really all that matters. So regardless of whether your game got nominated or it wins, just be happy. We have some great games, and we're gonna have some even more great games next year. It's gonna it looks even crazier. So let's just celebrate gaming. So yeah, Otter Nation.
Otter
Other
Nation.
Nation.
Otter Nation. That was beautiful.
I
Oh,
agree.
thank you.
Faye, where can the people find you, ma'am?
You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever they call it these days, at Kaylee 1103. It's spelled KALEIGH. You can also probably just search up Kay the Doggo, and my whole profile's decked out as a Liza P fan. I'm gonna probably play that DLC as soon as I can as well because I'm really excited
You need to
about
play
that.
Wukong DLC. I'm still
That's
waiting
where
on
you
you for
can
that
find
one.
me. Oh yeah.
I reminded you. Don't
Um,
tell me.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Omar, I will strangle you, fam. I am trying to end the show.
I know.
Omar, where can the people find you, sir?
Okay, super quick. Shout out to Kay. Thank you for coming through. You can find me Carbon Scott Job on Twitter and Vitamin G Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Instant time. See you next week.
Absolutely. And as usual, you can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at TheRealInnate. Again, always gaming. That is the goal. Play the great games. Like I said, everybody's playing their last games before the end of the year, the holidays. Hopefully, everybody has a great Thanksgiving been coming if you celebrate that. It's time of the year to eat a lot of good food and be thankful that a lot of us are still here. So, because a lot of people definitely every year, as humans do, we don't always make it every year. So, be thankful for that we can still be here and enjoy gaming and anime and all the good things that we do. But yeah, with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Otter Nation.
Other Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.